I didn't give you the countdown, but we're already live. I didn't give you the countdown.
Cool.
Just been a
But we're
night
already
taking on and off sweatshirts.
pause
Cool.
1 second because I didn't mute it, but now we're good. Hello everyone. We're the D&D initiative. We're here to play Descent to Avernus again, and some crazy stuff's going down. So Sean, why don't you recap us?
Okay. Yeah, so you all made a deal with Mordenkainen that he would resurrect your currently ground up to bits friend Udo.
That's me.
No, that's my mom yelling. Um,
No, I meant I'm Udo.
no, yeah, but yes, you are Udo. You're also Lucian. To take out these two entities that had been that Zardiel had put essentially contracts out on him to be assassinated or killed, or however you want to put it. So you successfully tracked an Arcanoloth down to its sort of hiding spot in the Hell Wasp nest. It tried to escape by stealing your demon grinder, but you successfully managed to stop it, kill it in, I think it you
6 seconds.
like, yeah, it was just brutal. So then you befriended and a celestial creature that was stuck to the hell wasp nest, who gave you a tip that the other creature you were tracking down, an orthon, which is sort of like a
Predator.
bounty hunter. It's essentially the predator. Was due west, I guess, and so you guys follow the tracks across the bridge, and then
to the
into a
east.
small cavern, which is blocked by the many tokens, but in this small like mountain thing here, where that you were fighting it, and it is just tried to escape, but as was pointed out, the action economy does not allow it to just get on its bike and ride away. So that's kind of where we are. Let's see if it just dies this turn, basically. I guess it would probably use its action to try something if it can't ride away. So let's see what he's got.
It used its action to dash,
Did it dash?
didn't it? I thought it
Yeah,
did.
I believe it did. Yeah,
Then
because it was like
Lucian's up.
pretty deep in the cavern. So is our plan just to try and kill him here, or should we make moves to just chase after him?
So I think we just try and kill him. If it doesn't work out, one thing we know about orthons is that they're vindictive. So chances are he'll come back to us anyway.
Okay.
You can see.
Plus, if
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, plus if it doesn't work out, we can probably just try and chase after him again anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll be like 6 seconds slower than before, but it's not a big deal.
All right. Cool. Then I guess I'm attacking. I don't know. Like, am I close enough?
You're no. You were next to him, and if he had to dash to get to his bike, then you also have to dash.
Right. Well, I also have a longbow.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, we said from where he started, I remember he was like 10, 15 feet from the entrance, and the bike was 30 feet from the
30
entrance.
feet from the entrance. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, that works
That
for
just
me.
gives us an idea of range for attacks we can use.
Yeah, so you're about 45 feet away. I
Right.
can actually put it over to, for now, where it was. Obviously, we lose the...
Where he's
we don't
at.
have to get to it, but just an idea of the positioning currently. So, yeah, you were like right there. So you're about 45 feet away from him.
Yeah. Oh God. Did I action surge against the Arcanoloth? I don't believe I did.
Didn't you take a short rest anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have it back.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll action surge so that I can dash up to him and I'll attack with the rapier. Actually, just to have
Okay.
a better shot at killing him.
Roll to hit at disadvantage.
Okay. Is he invisible?
He is invisible, yeah.
Okay. Well, bad start. Not one.
We're in it, baby.
Give your rapier into the ignition.
And I started throwing.
Yeah, there's a spark, it explodes. No, it just misses. Go ahead, make your second attack.
Okay. Well, that hurts a little bit.
14 also does not hit.
Well, I tried. At least, okay, so
No.
if he starts driving away, do I still get an opportunity attack, though?
Yeah, you would.
Okay, so that's something.
You can hear, Greg, you can't see it, but you can hear the sound of a bunch of these war machines from the place that you came over near the bridge.
Oh.
Like from over there. Like
Oh boy.
at least 3.
Okay.
Jess, you're up.
They're not necessarily his gang.
So this is where. So this is right. So I'm within range of him. Yes. If I were to, I have movement up to him.
If you use your movement, yeah, you'd be within 15 feet of him. So
Okay, I'm gonna go here and attack twice, and I have see invisibility. Yes, so I can see him.
yeah, so you're attacking normally.
Word. Okay.
Nice.
24 will hit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. All right, a solid 14 damage total. He's still fine. He actually, I was looking. He has way more health than I thought he did. But also, you guys, it's just because you did 1 million damage in 1 round. And then also you have Dante, who is further away, so you can't get up to him.
He has
Let's
40
see.
feet though.
Well, that's not
40
actually
feet.
where the Orthon is.
Oh.
Yeah, the Orthon is 30 feet, like
Further south than the map is.
where they're, yeah.
Okay, well then in that case, for my bonus action, I'm gonna move back here with my boots.
Your boots, gotcha. Okay. Beggar.
Alright.
Oh my god, he might actually do this.
I am going to bonus action Slayer Spray. I think he's already Slayer Sprayed. Yeah, that's what that symbol is.
Yeah, I think so.
So then I will bonus action. Ooh. I'll bonus action.
He's
Zephyr
not
Strike.
invisible anymore. Just hit him.
Oh, he's not invisible anymore.
He's no longer
Yeah.
invisible.
Even still, I am going to use Zephyr Strike as my bonus action. That'll give me
Ooh.
advantage on this attack. Pow. 27.
27 will hit. Yeah. 12. Okay.
Additional 4 from Player's Prey.
Okay.
Attack again normally. 20 to hit.
Oh, that's tough. That's 15.
I'm on.
10.
Oh,
There.
also an additional 1d8 from Zephyr. Whatever. Zephyr
no.
Strike.
Oh
Let
no.
me just double check the damage.
No. And actually, ecstasy in the night wouldn't have been able. Oh, that's tragic. Greg, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Got it. Oof, 8.
Wait, don't I have? Wait, never mind.
Flash of Brilliance. Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius.
Yeah, what does that make it, like a 12, though, if you were to
12,
use it?
yeah.
I feel like the DC is just a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I feel like it's a 15 or something around there.
I might go down. I don't
It'll
know.
be fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. What happens to me, Sean?
Ooh, that's not
Suicide
bad. Are you resistant to thunder or fire damage?
Nope.
Okay,
Just
so you
necrotic.
take 24 damage as as soon as Beggar's second arrow hits him, you watch him, the arrow's flying through the air, and as it hits him, he presses a button on his wrist and explodes in shards of shrapnel, but also fiery devil flesh hit you. Nobody else is in range, so it's only you. So it's gonna be 24 damage total.
That'll just about take me down.
And you say just okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I had 20
Now
health.
I'm gonna move us back over to the other one. Yeah. So Where are we? Avernus. There we go. So, as you all at this point, I assume, run outside. I'm going to take us out of initiative for right now.
Mhm.
Clear. That makes things super interesting. Okay, let's get rid of him. So there is the bike outside, right? And then somewhere also your demon grinder is there. So they're both there. You can see rolling up is a whole fucking squad. You see 3 devils rides, so the motorcycle type ones. The first
Mhm.
one being ridden by a chain devil. They'll look a little something like this. I'll actually just go like this. Layer, token layer, boom.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even done yet. I just moved him back to the other layer somehow. Now I can't get to him. Everything's going great. Oh, he's got a hand out. He looks awesome.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's on one, and then the other 2 are ridden by bearded devils, which you guys have seen before, but just in case, here's what they look like. And they're kind of leading the pack, right? They've got like a sort of triangle formation. But then behind them, maybe 30 feet back from them, are another demon grinder, also manned by bearded devils, and I believe it's called a tormentor. Yeah, which you guys have
Yeah, the
witnessed.
handout, yeah.
Yeah, you
The
guys know.
Dementors. Are we in prison?
Yeah, manned by 4 barbed devils, and they are riding up, and they are being led by, unfortunately enough,
What's happening?
your old friend
Marco.
that told you where that told you where the arcane lock was.
Damn.
They're about 100 feet away or so. So first of all, you have Greg who's unconscious, Lucian who's unconscious. So what are you doing about that?
Okay, so wait, how far is our whip?
We'll say your is about 30 feet away from you at this point, and then you're right next to the Devil's Ride at this point.
So I'm next. Okay. Are we all?
Yeah, we'll say you probably all immediately ran out of the cave, right? I mean, we're sort of, it's weird because there's a high chance we're about to roll initiative again. But theoretically, right now we're out of initiative. So whatever you want to do.
Did we try to
They're
run?
not like
Yeah.
riding fast. They can see you, and they know you're there. But right now they're riding up real calm and like cool, like a biker gang kind of thing. Like they're in no rush. They think they've got you.
I go, all right,
I'm gonna
squad,
say
let's get to the
Greg,
demon
take one
grinder.
death saving throw.
Yeah.
I want to hop on the Devil's Ride.
Failure.
Okay. All right, Beggar, you're hopping on the Devil's Ride.
Yeah.
Let me. Do you have? I don't think you have access to the.
Can I
stat
put-
box.
Can
I
I put
do
Greg
not
on the
yet.
back of that so that we don't have to carry him to run back?
Yes.
On the back of the Devil's Ride?
Yeah. Is there like, is it only a one-seater?
It is only a one-seater. It says creature capacity 1 medium creature. Cargo
Okay.
capacity is 100 pounds. I'll say you could do it. Let me.
Wait, where are you putting me?
On the back of a
on the
motorcycle.
back of the motorcycle.
Isn't the only motorcycle there the one that the I can't remember what the Predator guy named.
Orthon.
Orthon is
yeah.
on. Yeah, isn't he on the only one there?
Well,
He's
I
dead.
mean, he's dead now. It
Oh,
did take
okay.
some damage from that as well.
Okay. I missed the fact that Gwen actually finished him off.
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Okay.
So it's already actually in pretty rough state. They only have 30 HP and it took 12.
Oh goodness, that's fine.
Does everybody have now? I guess I have to click show to players. If I go like this, do you guys have access to it?
To what?
The Devil's
Yeah.
Ride?
Yeah.
And you already have access to your dream. So you're putting Greg. So you're fastening Lucian's unconscious body to the. Jess, what are you doing?
After I do that, I want to run to the thing.
I guess run to the demon grinder.
Hey,
Okay.
Greg, make another death saving throw.
Okay, we're just gonna leave me on an unmanned motorcycle. I like it. Success.
I'm manning it.
Okay. How am I missing all of this?
If I have time, I'll reach back and cure wounds, Greg.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine.
I didn't want to say anything because I'm
At this
unconscious.
point, they're about 50 feet away. They're riding up, and they can see you, and you can see the Nikoloff like pointing you out, like that's them.
Mhm.
And like the motorcycles, the Devil's Rides, they're like revving their engines, like yeah, we got them, boys. Okay, you get 6 HP there, Greg.
I'm awake.
Jess, I'm sorry. What did you say you did? You told me, and it immediately
Get in the
escaped him.
Demon grinder.
You're getting in the demon grinder. Okay, so you do have one knight as well, so the knight will follow. So
Danny.
we'll get in the demon grinder as well. At this point, what's his name? Princeps Kovic? Yeah.
Go
He
back.
shouts out, it's like, you best not be running.
Well,
I'm afraid we're a wee bit faster than you. And
Says who? I take out my vial of demon blood.
you don't think we have plenty of that?
All we need is enough.
Don't you know who we are? And he points at a flag, and there's a flag on top of the demon grinder that has just the number 8 in it.
It's Crazy 8.
I feel like you might have learned from the Night Hag who these guys are.
Yeah, we got a lot of gangs thrown at us at once.
Let me check my notes.
I remember the Smile Riders or something along those lines.
That's just one dude.
Oh yeah, no, the 8th remnant.
So and the Nikoloth at this point says, yeah, they were giving out soul coins willy nilly. I bet they gave me what 5 or 6. So I bet they have to have like 15 or 20 on them for sure.
Yeah.
Did we jiggle the 60 in front of his face or something?
I don't remember.
no. I
No?
took less out,
Okay.
and yeah.
I'm pretty sure you actually just took out like 2 and rubbed them. Oh no, that was a while before that when we were talking to Haramon.
I guess this is the question: are you guys going to try to run, or are you going to talk to them? Because at this point, they're going to be right next to you.
Well, I mean, they're going to beat us up and take our money.
Yeah, probably.
Using soul coins is just fuel. It won't make it go faster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I guess the question would be, where do we run to? How does the demon blood work? If we had, because we have like 2 vials at least of demon blood, 1 for each of us.
So,
Would
I'll
it-
just tell you how it works?
I'm just curious if it would last all the way to the whatever the place is, not the demon zapper, the place where Mordenkainen is.
Tower of Worm.
Tower Burn. It's covered up.
So
Can I like whisper?
pouring a flask of demon blood into an infernal war machine's furnace increases the vehicle's speed by 30 feet for 1 minute.
Just for 1 minute.
Probably gonna take longer than that to get back to the tower.
Oh yeah. It's
For sure.
hours away.
What? I don't know how to ask that question.
I have an idea, but I don't think Sean's gonna like it.
Okay.
What's it?
I could try to make it seem like I'm making a run for it with the money, even though I don't actually have it, and just take the motorcycle and take off.
But really, it's your echo.
No, it's really Lucian.
Oh.
It would be pretty hard to fool them with the ethereal-looking echo. But, like, if Lucian dies, he just goes back to the Raven Queen, right? So, like, there's no stake for him. Like, I felt like you were going to like it, Sean, because it's kind of, like, meta-y, like, Udo's probably coming back.
Yeah, it is a bit. It is a bit.
But, like, I feel like from a character standpoint, it still makes sense. Like,
He also
But
hasn't
also-
gotten the main thing that he wants from his quest.
Exactly.
yeah, that's
That's
true.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, he wants to meet Udo.
I have a question. That
Go ahead.
one, the one, I don't know. Doesn't the one of them have true sight? One guy,
The Nikoloth does indeed have true sight.
okay, never mind.
Hmm. I don't think we could talk our way out of this.
Maybe we have to pay our way out of it.
What's to stop him from just taking all of our money, though?
Well,
At this point, the
Let's-
demon grinder
We don't have time.
comes to a stop, and there's 8 barbed devils in it, and they start walking up to your demon grinder. Which at this point, Jess, I'm going to ask you, where is all of your money?
Wait, what?
Where is all of your money?
My money?
Yeah, you have like 25,000 gold. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
That takes up a lot of space.
he has deep pockets.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
pocket's snug.
Ow. I mean,
As they're walking forward, does anybody go to stop them? What do you do?
I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Step back.
Yes, says who?
Me.
The Marquis.
Yeah, clearly it says who.
Ecstasy Damon, Marquis of Hell.
Well, if you knew anything about us, you would know that we don't respect the infernal hierarchy, so go fuck yourself. And I keep walking towards the demon grinder.
Y'all are clowning.
And at this point, Princeps Kovic, he gets off of his motorcycle and he starts calmly walking forward. And at this point, I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Net 20. 22.
can I-
It begins.
Again.
I don't have any.
Wait, I think Jess wants to use Flash of Genius.
Oh,
Go for it.
okay.
So that would make it 16.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what we've got here. So you all at this point can see, like, at his feet, the image of Udo with his flesh and scales being burnt off and sort of like then crumbling into ash and just bone and then slowly reform and then again and just like almost like a GIF. Like it just keeps replaying over and over again. So anybody that rolled underneath a 14 is frightened. Although I guess Danny, I think you're immune to frightened, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so just beggar. You are
Not
you
just,
are-
though.
you are frightened. So frightened is
Yeah,
I
she said,
think
he said just beggar.
Oh, at least a Jess beggar.
no Jess is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Frightened, just so that we're all on the same page.
Pretty canon. Beggar's the only one who cared when Uno died.
I cared.
You
Right, you
explicitly said that
on
Ecstasy did not care.
Tackles while the source of fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of fear.
Sorry, what was the
Well, I
first
was-
thing?
You have disadvantage on ability checks and
Okay.
attack rolls
Yeah.
while
I
within line.
specifically said he made a joke to hide his sadness.
I'm gonna check the tapes
I-
on
And
that.
Close
over
my
all
eyes.
the soul coins, please.
Wait, what was that?
He wants to
Hand
soul-
over all the
overall.
soul coins, please. Trust me, we'll be putting them to much better use than you are.
I sigh, I look at the ground, and then I take 10 soul coins and I hand them to him.
Make a
No, wait.
deception check.
15.
Okay.
Soften up that DC a little bit. Ooh, not enough.
You want to fucking play games?
I hand him
And
another
step
15.
forward toward you aggressively.
No, wait. Can I
Or-
like?
they're in like a bag, right?
Yeah.
I was
Pour
gonna
'em
keep
out.
the bag in my pocket
I can I
and just take the
snag?
coins out.
Can I snag the? Oh, you have it in your pocket.
Well, if I just took out a bag and then like
I was
Yeah,
thinking.
took out some and it's still jingling around or
I-
yeah,
whatever.
like a sixth of its
I
contents
was
still inside
thinking.
of it.
I have okay sleight of hand, so I was thinking I could do like a sleight of hand thing where I just kind of just lightly grasp them with the hand that I'm pouring it with, so that I'm kind of palming a bunch of the soul coins, but then
So it looks like the
pouring.
bag's empty.
Yeah.
Do I get an improvement if I give exactly 1/6 and say these are all the soul coins to my name, or exactly 1/4 or whatever? Because I'm telling the truth. Because I said we could split them.
No, your intention is clearly to be deceptive. It's still deception. Also, you
I'm
rolled.
in front of a Reverend Mother
You
Truth
rolled a
Sayer.
natural 2, my dude.
What if? Never mind. Not worth it.
All of them. Jess, I'm still waiting on the answer on where all the coins are.
Oh, the gold. They're in. I thought I left some of it back in the material plane because obviously I'm not gonna carry around 25.
We weren't there.
Gold.
You went in the material and you got them.
Yeah, we got it in
I
hell.
got it in hell. Oh,
Yeah,
From the lady.
The hag.
I don't know that. And little like sack bag things throughout like my cloak. Like if
Okay.
I were like
5,000 gold pieces.
just strewn across my body and little.
Imagine 25,000 coins.
I thought I gave some to.
Imagine $25,000. Like, that's a.
How?
It's a
Let's see.
big
Let's
briefcase.
Google it. How much
How much
Does
does the gold
gold
coin weigh?
I was gonna say,
or weigh?
I don't think I can carry that much.
Gold coin dimensions.
So 50. Okay, so 50 coins weigh a pound. So what's your strength score?
My strength score?
I can guarantee it's not going to be enough.
No, I know it's not enough. 15? Is that what it is?
Okay, so 15 times 15.
125. No, that's wrong.
15 times 15 is 255.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so if we just even ignore the rest of your equipment, you can hold 255 pounds.
Awesome.
It's 500 pounds of gold coins is what the thing is.
Well, okay. If we had realized how encumbering it was earlier, we probably would have split it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like left it on the demon grinder. That's what I would have
That's
imagined.
essentially my question. Is it on the demon grinder?
Not all of it.
Probably most of it.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, Jess, right? The gold is worthless here.
Yeah.
So why would you be carrying it on you?
Yeah. I have some of it on me, probably. Like a reasonable amount, not. What?
I looked at you.
Why would they even want gold, though?
I think that has to mean something in the level of defensiveness you're displaying.
So I'm gonna have them make an investigation check.
Okay.
They're just searching, to see what's around. There are 8 of them, so I'm just gonna roll ones at advantage,
Okay,
and we'll see what they can find.
that seems generous.
Can I make a check against it?
Because it's
Maybe.
2 rolls instead of 8.
Fair.
What would you check against it?
I don't know, like a sleight of hand, see if I can like move it out of their way.
Yeah,
like,
just,
you know that
just
scene in,
scoop up 1,000 pounds worth of gold
no,
real
not
quick.
all.
Okay,
whatever. Never mind.
There's
Let's
not
Alright.
much that we could do.
So the volume, approximately, of 25,000 gold coins is 600,000 millimeters cubed. Around 6,000 meters cubed.
I don't think they would have taken all of it.
Yeah, so we'll say you didn't take. So we'll say there's what we'll say. What's a reasonable number?
Can we say like I don't know some number around? Yeah, you know what? Forget it. I don't know.
I just want to throw out there that it would be 60 meters cubed, I think.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
cube and
Miller.
meter.
No, you're right. You're all right.
But that is The demon grinder is still at that point pretty much overflowing with gold
Yeah,
coins.
yeah. So they step up and like on the floor. It's sort of like like the Hobbit or whatever, like the dragon sitting on the
Smog. Yeah.
pile of gold, and then and they kind of just like look at each other like, what the fuck? But then one of
Imagine.
them goes to start up the demon grinder and like drive it back towards their camp.
Hey.
Hold up. You ain't taking our demon grinder.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Listen, I'm not going to pretend that you don't have...
actually important fucking business. You're just joyriding around with all this money apparently for that you can't spend.
You can't even spend it either, so what do you care?
That's true. That's the point. You can have it, and then they just start kicking it off of the demon grinder, and
All right.
just coins are spilling out everywhere, all over the floor.
Listen, pause.
5,000 gold pickup.
Pause. Listen, I'm not going to pretend like you don't have the advantage here, but I think it'd be stupid of you to make enemies out of us. We just killed an Arcanaloth and the
Orthon.
Orthon.
Yeah, so I know.
So you caught us at a
nice and
weak
wounded.
moment. But do you really think it's a smart idea to make enemies out of us when instead we could start a friendly relationship right here?
All right, make a persuasion check, just to get an idea of how open they are to this.
I don't have a good persuasion bonus, by the way, because I'm not
It's
Udo.
fine.
18, okay, we're in there.
All right, and this is Princeps Goblin. By the way, you can still see Udo like being burnt up in the hellfire.
It's like nothing
Over
to
and
me. I don't even recognize the fact that it's him. It's like, and if it was, I would in fact be happier. It's even more tragedy.
All right, what did you have in mind, and how can you help us?
Well, it's pretty difficult for me to answer that without knowing what you need.
Oh, our goal is simple: amass an army of these war machines here, get enough coin to keep them running, and eradicate Avernus of the demon threat for good.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
fun.
Well, you're hardly gonna get an army from our grinder alone.
No, but every little bit counts. How do you think we've gotten all these? You think we got them as a one big gift?
No, but I do know of a stash of presents lying around, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, we're not fucking idiots.
So
We
why
would
haven't you attacked Fort
Ross,
Knucklebone?
Maggie.
Yeah. You wouldn't?
For sure.
Someone as powerful
I mean, if
as
we
you
had
are?
proper leverage, maybe. But I've heard plenty of people that have tried to go against her, and it has not gone well. Talk to Smiler the Defiler.
Well,
What happened to him?
Does not answer you.
well, maybe we're the leverage you need to get in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Well,
I am too.
she's waiting for us to find a certain piece of tapestry that's hidden around here. Of course, we never really intended to just give it to her, but say we had it. She wants it more than anything in the world.
And what happened? Wait, so you're just doing this for free for? What's the hang up?
Well, our marquee friend is gonna die, but that's not really of any consequence to me.
Where do you think we got all these coins from?
I can tell that you're all great negotiators.
Come now, friend. You know what we're capable of. You can see
You
it
know
right
what?
here, and I kick the predator on the ground. Just kick his dead body.
He's bits, but yeah, I get the memo. Yeah, I'm sure you're capable of a lot, but I don't think you're necessarily on our side.
Well, persuade me instead of trying to steal our only transportation.
I feel like you have continually tried to turn around these negotiations, and not a single time has it worked.
This guy is tough, all right? Just give me a minute. At least I'm trying, Dan. You're the one who should be talking to him, Mr. Charisma, Mr.
I'm not very
Marquis.
persuasive
How are you not?
because I'm all about scaring people.
Okay,
I'm
so
mildly
so
persuasive.
you
I'm a little better than you.
so you chose intimidation as your proficiency, but still, like, you have weight to throw around hell. You have more to offer than I do. I'm just trying.
Not with these
something.
people.
Yeah, they specifically don't respect the infernal hierarchy.
They don't
That's
respect
If
the
anything,
hierarchy,
like-
but they
They
can't
are
deny that
disillusioned
there's power
devils.
that comes with the hierarchy, whether they respect it or not.
But I think if they're against it, then it probably, like, if they're against it, it's not like they don't like it's like they'd probably be just against me. Like I feel like I probably represent what they're not.
Anyway,
about.
what is okay, Greg? So what is the end? What is your end goal? Like, what's your offer that you're trying to get out of this? Right?
Oh, I have
What's
no
the
idea.
compromise?
I'm just talking so
Your
we don't die.
Well, I think right now the fear is that they're just gonna leave us stranded here. And then, like, how are we gonna get anywhere?
Well, listen, they want more of these grinders, and we know where they are. If we were to go through with the plan, where we get the tapestry, but then steal another piece of the tapestry, so that Maggie can't actually have the entire thing, then we'd have a good amount of leverage against her. How we can turn that into them getting a bunch of demon grinders, I'm not yet sure, but I'm just trying to show what we have to offer. If I could communicate that clearly as Lucian to him, that would be great, by the way.
What if, like, something, maybe not help us, but, like, while we take the other piece of the tapestry, have them also try to take the demon grinders.
How about
Whether it be as a distraction or they help us get the tapestry, we'll help them get the demon grinders.
we'll help you get the tapestry and then we take it. Don't give a fuck about your friend over there, to be honest. Neither do you, apparently.
No, we're talking
feel
about the
like
tapestry from Maggie.
Either one.
No,
I don't
for
care
Maggie.
which piece.
Well, if you take the one from Maggie, that works out fine for us.
yeah, you can have that tapestry.
We don't
Well-
give a fuck about it.
We'll get you a tapestry.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're taking the soul coins. You can have 3.
All of me wants to ask for more, but I am resisting,
I'm-
and that should mean a lot to all of you.
I'm waiting to
You
hear
can
what else he
keep
has to say.
your demon grinder here. We take the devil's ride.
Darn.
Yeah,
I'm too
And
scared to say
then-
anything.
I know exactly.
And if-
Beggar's literally
If we
frightened.
don't get this tapestry, we're coming after you.
If we don't, can you repeat that?
Ecstasy without a fear on his face just says, "Sounds good." I am in a lose, maybe win situation.
So
I
Greg,
really
it's-
buried
they're-
myself.
They're going to leave you a couple soul coins
Yeah.
and the demon grinder.
Yeah, but what was the bit about the tapestry?
Oh, if you don't get them
If
the
they don't get the
tapestry,
devil's
they're coming
ride
after
or the tapestry, they're coming after us. Which is honestly fine. We can take them at full if when we're at full force.
As long as you're not
Maybe
gonna,
we actually can't, but I think we can.
I think we can if we weren't like out of resources and I was almost dead right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're not going to give that tapestry to Maggie, I find that to be a very
no,
gracious offer.
Against the demons, we're going to give her the tapestry.
Wait, I thought you wanted to stop the demon horde. Did I?
Yeah.
Not hear that
If
correctly?
Maggie helps them fight the demon horde, then they're going to make a deal with her.
What was the whole thing Mordenkainen said about the demons destroying the world if we give the tapestry to her?
They don't know that. They don't know anything about the tapestry. It's just a piece of cloth to them.
All right, listen. If you give that tapestry to Maggie, then I can tell you without a doubt that the demons will take over, and we'll all be fucked at that point.
Yeah? Says who?
Says Mordenkainen, who honestly is smarter than all of us put together. You really gonna tell me that guy doesn't know what?
far as I know, Mordenkainen's got his own agenda. I don't trust a thing that man says.
I think it would fit into his agenda to not want the demon horde to bring about the end of the world. I don't see a reason he would lie about that.
I'm just thinking, when we go steal a tapestry from Maggie, won't they all be in the same place? Can't we just take 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, let's just say yes to these people.
Yeah, honestly, then I'm like, all right, that's a very
We'll deal with
gracious,
this problem later.
it's a very
Yeah, no.
gracious offer.
Or we can like just rip part of it off and just hand them that. Like we'll figure it out.
That.
This is by far one of the least dangerous deals we've made so far.
That's
That
true.
is true. It's kind of a downgrade.
I'm honestly, if they're gonna
Like-
leave us with the grinder and a few soul coins, pretty generous considering the
Yeah.
situation.
I mean, you did roll an 18. I'm not gonna cheat you that.
Okay.
However, before they go, they're like, if all these coins are so important, just to make sure you don't follow us, and then they just kick a bunch more of the coins off.
Well, that
So they
wasn't
have to make-
necessary.
They're rolling everywhere, like. And then they will all get back in their vehicles.
Ecstasy is infuriated.
Yeah,
Like, there's no fear or anything. He's just like, how am I this week?
I'm just gonna go ahead and go like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Your knight is looking at you kind of suspicious, and is like, it's not what we expected from our fearless leader.
I immediately hit him with the broadside of my sword.
Shit. Okay.
Not even like a moment.
Yeah, Frank, maybe if you toughened up, then we wouldn't have had to back down. You're not pulling your weight around here, Frank.
Frank's full health.
Yeah, well, same can't
So
be
am
said
I.
for your
I
two
just don't have
companions
abilities.
that seem to
Yeah.
have the exact same level of strength as you did.
Yeah, they all have in the 40s to 50s HP.
Yeah, they got comboed by chain lightning and died instantly.
To be fair, she rolled really high on damage, or he, or whatever. I forget what it. I
Yeah,
think.
that's true, but like, still pretty useless. That's just how it turned out.
All right, what's next, friends?
Go to Tower of Erm.
Yeah, let's go back to Mordecai.
So, do you take time to pick up the coins, or do you just leave them?
I
I
would.
imagine if Jess were here, she would say yes. So.
I think we do pick them up.
Their plan worked.
Yeah.
I mean, we were going to chase them down, were we?
No, but I'm gonna close this. Hold on. I can't see shit.
Also, everyone turned against me when I said I didn't care if Ecstasy died, but I mean, well, clearly he's lying, but like, I really feel like the leader of that gang would have respected that. I think he would have liked that comment. He's the leader of a merciless gang of like devils. Like, come on.
Yeah, they're all band together.
And they hate
To
you
fight a common
specifically.
cause.
They all hate you specifically because you're part of the hierarchy too. So I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this guy. I think he'd think that was funny. I think that appeals to his evil sense of humor.
I'm
I
pretty
am
sure when you
just as
said
much
that,
a hero as I also am in real life going to work.
I'm pretty sure when you said that, my audio cut out, and I was trying to fix it. So I was not saying anything because I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, I just assume you're being quiet because you're frightened anyway.
Yeah.
That's tough.
All right. Now I can see.
Nice. It's weird that it's still light out.
Well, it is almost June.
No, I get it. I understand how it all works. It just
It doesn't feel like June for obvious
Dude,
You
reasons.
see, Danny, the Earth is flat. So when it gets to be June,
and there's like a piece of paper above us with holes in it.
It's just
June has one of the bigger holes associated with it.
it's
so.
a big piece of Swiss cheese that God sliced off of the moon.
See, I believe in the dome model.
I definitely
I prefer
feel
the
it.
Taurus.
I'm
I'm actually a Leo.
Yeah. Oh damn it! I was gonna make that joke.
All right.
Yeah. Let's,
So I see. So you pick up your coins. It probably that would take a while.
I don't know how many they kicked off, but yeah.
It would probably take a minute.
I mean, I feel
Um,
like for a while though, we could really just be like scooping up a bunch just because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
At some
and
point,
then get
Ecstasy
distracted.
reflects on the fact that he's
Yeah, what are you all
slowly running
talking
out of time.
what are you, yeah. You can just feel the clock ticking, Ecstasy.
I would probably be mumbling something. Like I'd be like, "Oh, I'm a Marquis of Hell, real smooth." Like,
If you're mumbling, I'll straight up come at you.
and then what?
I'll attack you. That's just what it'll
And
happen.
then what'll happen? Are you even thinking this through at all?
No, Ecstasy is not thinking this through.
I didn't think so. You don't think
If I
anything
read your
through.
description,
That's why you bet your life on being able to find a missing tapestry that you have
yeah,
to
exactly.
get to
My
a
life means nothing. If I can take Uno from you,
Yeah, your life means nothing. Okay. That's why you got so upset when they emasculated you right there.
does Lucian say that?
Yeah.
I hate
I
you.
don't.
I attack you.
Okay.
I block effortlessly.
Like
You have 6 HP.
Like sword swing.
Yeah, no, like a real attack.
I mean, Dan, I'm not trying
Drop
to
a
come
seal.
at you specifically.
I don't have any steel. Huh?
I said I'm not coming at you as a person. This
If
is
you were
just
coming at
what-
me as a person, I wouldn't attack you.
Yeah, no. Exactly. This is all Lucy.
All right. Shit, he just rolled the hit.
You missed.
Is it just a one-off thing, or do we actually have to roll initiative?
I
here?
mean, no. I'm just if he's gonna keep coming at me, I'm just gonna disengage and make an echo right in front of him.
I just said, don't push me. I will kill you.
Yeesh. Okay.
If you think that I am not strong, I will show you that I am quite the opposite.
Listen, I think you're plenty strong, but I think you overestimate how much I fear death.
I don't care. I just want you to lose what you want. I just want to hurt you.
If you
I
kill me,
I
I'll
just
just
want
come
you
back.
to feel pain. I'm dying. I'm leaving this world almost certainly.
Listen, I'm not gonna be around too much longer, so just deal
Thank you,
with
babe.
it.
I use the commotion to steal some of the coins I'm picking up.
There you go.
Nice.
I'm not gonna keep track of it. I'm not.
I'm not going to put it in my inventory.
All right. So Jess, you missed. The group decided to indeed pick up the coins. And in the middle of that, Lucian and Ecstasy had a bit of a kerfuffle.
You missed.
But after what? Let's say we'll call it an hour. Probably is more than that, but I don't care.
I'd say it's actually probably less. I think you could do that in 30 minutes.
I'll drop a ton of coins in my house.
It doesn't. Yeah, just the whatever. Okay, so
We'll do hour.
yeah. You guys are ready to go back to the Tower of I presume?
Yeah.
So in that case, Becca, roll 2d8 for me.
8 and 5.
It's gonna happen one of these days.
It'll never happen.
Yeah. So at this point, you can feel kind of the fatigue setting in. It isn't that it's been an incredibly long day, but it has been a rough one in combat and emotionally for some.
I'm fine.
But-
He's the one that has a problem.
But
Ecstasy is going full Anakin.
absolutely. So yeah, you roll up to the Tower of and you can see that there's like a strange bluish light coming from the sort of inside the tower. There's that like balcony that you can sort of see through. There's a window there. Mordenkainen is certainly working on something.
Oh boy.
Well, let's go interrupt him.
Yeah.
Do you just
If-
shout?
I mean, I'll fly up there and be like, hey, can you bring my friends up again?
Most of all the Yugolos that were here are just strewn about. The gang murdered all of them.
Okay. I was also gonna like tell them, if you guys get any ideas, it's gonna be trouble. Well, that's fine.
But yeah. More when you yell out, the light just immediately dissipates, and the doors swing open. He's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you back so soon." Oh goodness, what happened? Did
Does
you
it look like
kill all
anything
the
happened?
bullets?
We had a
Oh,
little
those
run
guys.
in with the 8th Regiment after, but really killing the bounty hunters wasn't much of an issue.
You run in with the
Eighth
eighth
remnant.
eighth remnant. Yeah, that's what they're
8th
called.
Remnant, my bad.
Well, but you're all here. You all look, I guess, to varying degrees okay. Are we? I guess a deal's a deal. Are we ready to get started?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Ready as we'll ever be.
And once again, the tower like lifts off of its platform in the sea of blood, and sort of like jetpacks over and lands, and then the platform magically lowers for you all to get on. You go up, and inside he has set up the chamber. He has removed basically. I don't know. I don't think you guys. I don't remember if you guys were actually in it, but he has removed essentially all of the objects. We've lost Gwen.
She's
Gwen's back. Maybe. Hello.
She looks perplexed.
She was saying her audio cut out randomly before, so maybe it glitched out again.
Gwen, can you hear us?
I'm back. I'm back now.
Ayo.
Cool. All right.
All right, cool.
Awesome. So yeah, so he's removed essentially. So there was a bunch of bookcases, some like alchemy equipment and stuff like that. He's removed all of that from the space. It is completely open, except for in the center there are the pile of bones and flesh and ground up bits of Udo in the center, surrounded by now unlit candles. And he says, "Okay, well, the thing is, theoretically, this is going to happen really quick. So stand back, I guess." And he snaps his fingers, and all of the candles start to glow, get a blue flame. And then he mutters under his breath for a second. Let's take a look at the spell, see what he has to do. That's really easy. And yeah, just like mutters under his breath for a couple seconds, and then just claps once, and Udo wakes up.
Udo just snaps up and he like almost flinches and he's like, "Ah, meat grinder! I'm back! I'm alive, baby! Let's go! I knew you had my back, Ecstasy."
Always, my friend. Always.
I run over and give Udo a hug.
Yeah, he gets like a big
Group
group
hug.
hug going.
Yeah, I pat you on the back.
And he just looks over and sees Lucy and he's like, "Who's this guy?" And Lucian pulls out his rapier and his dagger that he got from Maggie and says, "Finally, I've been waiting so long to meet you." And there's this really intense moment, but then he just drops them, and before they hit the floor, they just turn into ashes as they return to Maggie, I guess.
Yeah, immediately.
And Udo's just like, seriously, who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know, never met him before in my life.
They have a short conversation where Udo just kind of goes in about his backstory, which I'm cutting for brevity, but like, he's like, so no resolution yet, huh? Well, and he cracks his back. I guess I'm going back to Fort Knucklebone. Listen, when you figure your stuff out, will you come and see me? And Udo's like, yeah, I guess so. It's only fair, since you helped get me back.
He didn't.
And Lucian says, "It's been a pleasure, everybody. Well, mostly everybody. I wish you all the best of luck. Could you, let me down, Mr. Mordenkainen?"
You will die unremembered.
Oh my god.
We'll see about that. And he just kind of looks at you sharply as he descends out of view. And Udo's like, all right, who are we going after today? What's the deal? What's been going on? I'm ready to go, baby.
You say that a huge wave of fatigue comes over you, Udo. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Yeah,
each time you
he's like
long
punching.
rest, it is reduced by 1.
Okay. He's like punching the air, and then he's like,
Yeah,
Oh,
one
God.
kind of goes, yeah, you might want to lay down.
yeah, let's.
How long does this last?
4 days.
So it
Four
was
long rests.
-4 to basically everything.
-4 to all d20 rolls.
Okay, fair enough. Let's take a moment, guys. Calm down. And I guess we're gonna long rest anyway, right?
Well, yeah, probably soon.
Probably.
But Woodenkind says, "Dude, let me get some furnishings back." And once again, he seems to cast some sort of spell. And once again, the furnishings of the room come back: bookshelves, alchemy equipment, a number of like couches, and all appear. And he says, "Because we have a lot of talking to do about where we're going next."
Is it Dave and Buster's?
God, I hope so.
So you say you had a run-in with the 8th Remnant.
Yeah.
He-
Udo's like,
what?
I don't know.
Yeah, why don't we first of all catch your friend up?
And catch Mordenkainen up as well once we get that far.
Yeah,
But yeah, that'll happen.
yeah. We don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through all that if you don't want, unless anybody actually needs the recap.
I would give Udo back now his sword and his pendant that I took.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah. Just like I
Let
left
me-
it.
This.
Also, as you're telling the story, you see Udo get really sad for a little bit, and he's just like, damn it. Are you telling me I died, and that freaking cat is still here?
No, Snowball stayed at Beggar's house.
Oh, he did?
Mhm.
Uh-oh. That doesn't happen. I just thought it was funny.
The cat died.
He would, I
Oh,
guess,
have a
know then.
question. Can at any point Dante fix himself? Can that happen at sometime?
Is yeah.
'Cause
What
he
are
freaking
the
broke
rules
him.
on that? I don't remember what.
It just requires my bonus action.
Yeah, you can use the repair.
I feel like he would heal on a long rest with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can also just use the repair bonus action thing. However many times it takes.
exactly.
Which takes like 30 seconds. Oh, 3 times a day.
Oh. Well, he hasn't done it today, so
He did it one time today.
was it that today? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's been a lot.
Okay. Well,
See,
I'll still do it once.
copy. Let's bring our boy Udo back.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh shit! I forgot. I was gonna do a whole bit where he because the body was in too big of a state of disrepair, he needed Udo's true name, and then none of people are gonna know it because it's ridiculous.
I was gonna say that does not look like Udo to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dragonborn's first names are their clan names, so, like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? I can't, like, shorten it. It's pre-made. Yes.
Says he can't shorten it. Gets shortened immediately after.
I mean, it's still... He doesn't even know his whole name at this point, so I just
okay.
wrote it in.
So, what is the next step, friends? Do you tell Mordenkainen about the deal with the 8th Remnant?
Eighth
or
Remnant.
blow it off?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe he'll point out if we were just being stupid.
I mean, we know we were being stupid, but we were under duress. We didn't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
But realistically, the
I
next
think
move
Gordon
is
probably would agree that, like, at this point, the Eighth Remnant is the least of your issues.
Yeah.
Bring up the fact that the Eighth Remnant like questioned his motives, or no?
yeah.
Yeah. I want to hear how he responds to that.
So you're worried that a bunch of devils, inherently evil, live in hell full time. Say that my motives are impure.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah.
I was just saying that's why they didn't believe us.
Yeah, why are
or
you getting
whatever.
so defensive, Mordenkainen?
Well, yeah. Turns out the Eighth Remnant and I are quite a bit at odds. Due to the fact that they, obviously, I'm sure they told you, it's all they ever talk about. Once you defeat the demon incursion and destroy demons once and for all. And I think that is an absolutely horrible idea.
I thought it was the copyright infringement from the Circle of Eight.
That
Why don't you think the demons should be pushed back? I just am genuinely curious.
demons are taking tons of resources from the devils.
Mm.
And that is very, I mean, if Zariel wasn't constantly having to waste her time and attention on holding back these demons, I fear Elturel would have been destroyed a long time ago.
That makes sense. The power struggle is needed to maintain a kind of balance then.
Yeah.
If only we could all just get along.
Why don't we just talk to the demons and devils?
I bet if we just had a nice conversation, everyone would get it.
I never talked to a filthy demon.
And this is why. This is why.
Okay, realistically, our next move is to go to the Crypt of the Hellriders, though, to get the tapestry. Right? Isn't that a thing?
I thought it was
I
the Bleeding Citadel.
You guys
It's
were,
the Bleeding Citadel, but that's our next step in getting to the Bleeding Citadel.
we're thinking that Yale might be there, which then Yale would potentially know where.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Morning kind of doesn't know where the Bleeding Citadel is, right? I think we asked him.
Yeah.
no, he does not know. He knows that Bell knows.
Gotcha.
But that is about it. What else is there? So at a certain point, Mordenkainen would once again bring up that, like, once you find the sword, like, you're gonna need somebody, pure of heart and all that. And he kind of chuckles. How ridiculous that concept even is, but that the sword would be willing to attune too. And you're telling me that this guy right here is your answer?
I think. Like, I don't know,
Listen, if you don't think you're up to the task, now would be the time to tell us, because we have a very short time span before this all goes to hell.
Udo just gets like solemn and he's like, I can't be the one to do that.
Why?
There's something I've been meaning to talk to you all about. I wish I could have said it
I've
sooner.
been thinking about it for a long time.
It was the last thing on my mind, so yeah. When that meat grinder was coming dead at me, time really did slow down for a second, and a lot of my life flashed before my eyes, and there was only one bit I was ashamed of. When we were in the chapel, and all those people were at threat because of those demons, or devils, I made a deal with Gargoth. He knew about a secret exit that we could have used to escape, and he told me if I didn't say anything about it, he would cure the mummy rot. So I took the deal. at the time I thought it was the right decision because I wouldn't be able to help them with the mummy rod, but right before I died I realized that was selfish. I'm not the pious person that you need, the pure person that you need to wield this sword. I wish I could be.
Pure doesn't mean without mistake. You're pure. You got good intentions, kid.
Yeah, maybe, but there's no way I could do it. I'd have to redeem myself in some way.
Maybe this is how you redeem
Yeah, I was
yourself.
about to say, this is redemption, baby.
But it's not my oath. Maybe. I just thought that you all should know that before choosing me to be that person. What does Mordenkainen say?
Oh, he's just listening. He doesn't have anything to add. He just finds this very fascinating. I mean, if you don't, at some point, if you're all just like looking at him and goes, well, I mean, if you don't think he can do it, then you're going to have to find somebody else.
Ecstasy just puts his head in his hands and he's just like, oh, Christ.
Listen, Udo, as the great Faerunian philosopher Wilma Waterdeep said, nobody is perfect.
You just got to work it again and again till you get it right.
But really, nobody is perfect, right? And your mistakes don't define you, but they do inform your future decisions. So you're not gonna. You clearly feel regret for that decision. It's not like you're gonna do something like that again. Who else could say that?
Not I, said the fly.
But Morton kind of says, oh, I absolutely would do that. I think it was the right call. I don't even know.
No, honestly, I'm with you. I entirely identify with your decision.
Well,
Just know, though, that whether you are worthy or not, that sword will take over you entirely.
what do you mean?
I will say mechanically, tuning to the sword changes your alignment, your it re-rolls some of your personality traits. It does a lot. It taking on this sword is you decide that is your destiny, and the sword becomes permanently entwined with you.
Sounds like fun.
Because it will outlive you. It will outlive all of us. Well, maybe not me. I'm working on that, but as of right now.
God, teach me your ways.
If it's what I have to do, then I won't back down.
It seems like we have our direction.
So next, you're headed to the Crypt of the Hell Riders.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm trying to see if Morton kind of knows. I don't think Morton kind of knows anything. The whole Hell Rider thing is super far out of his normal interest. He's not interested in humans and mortals that have come down here. When he comes down here, he is interested in studying demons and devils and such like that. So unfortunately, I don't think he has anything to help you.
That's fine. We'll figure it out on our own.
Yeah. I mean, where would we be today if we didn't just go in blind to dangerous situations?
Honestly, in a much better spot, in my opinion.
Yeah,
think
right, Mordenkainen. We'd probably still be working for the Flaming Fist in Baldur's Gate.
The Flaming Fist has its merits, although I hear right now they're, not great.
What have you heard?
Are we really
I
here
think
to
he
talk
told-
about work? Come on.
I think he told you guys last time, but like the Flaming Fist, there's the sort of battle in Baldur's Gate has escalated, and Traxagor has not been heard from. A sort of fascist wing of the Flaming Fist. If you remember, there was a Liara Porter, I think her name was, that she was coming in, but then there was also Captain Zodge,
Mhm.
and that they were sort of at odds. And it seemed when you left that she had the upper hand, right? But that Thavius Krieg has a lot of cards up his sleeve, so not
He
going
did have
great up
some
there.
big sleeves.
He does have some big sleeves. Also, if you remember, probably, cursed or made a deal with or whatever with some devilish entity. Anyway,
Well,
Crypt
wait,
of the Hell Riders, I assume you take a long rest first.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is night number 2, Danny. You have 8 left.
During that, can I ask Mordenkainen or whatever his name is about the scroll of mind blank or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Because I have that.
What do you wish to know about it?
How can we use it?
Well, you can use it if it's on your spell list, but I don't know. I think it's only on the Bard and Wizard
It's
spell
Bard and
list.
Wizard, yeah.
So we
So,
can't really use
I
it.
don't think anyone can cast it.
We
no.
could give it to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, well then, I will give it to him.
Trade you for a spell scroll of equal level.
Yeah, can I trade it for a scroll or a spell that I do?
Are there any spells that are on both the Wizard and Artificer list?
So I don't think there are any 8th level spells on the Artificer list.
list.
They only
Well,
get
that's
stuff up to 4th or 5th.
Well,
But I
Mordenkainen,
mean,
would
yeah.
you actually have a use for this, or should we keep it as a potential bargaining chip?
Oh, he could use it quite handedly. It's super. So Mind Blank, what it does is you're immune to psychic damage. Anything that would sense emotions or read thoughts, all divination spells, and the charmed condition. So yeah, no, it's super useful. It's incredibly useful for a high, like, what's the word I want? Well-known wizard that not a lot of people like. Why? But I mean, he would certainly be willing to trade all kinds of spells if you have anything in particular that you want.
Well, you see, I don't know what spells there are, so.
We need a spell slot to be able to cast it too, right?
No, it does not cost you a spell slot. It just has to be
No, but-
on your spell list. And then if it's above a level that you can cast, you roll a d20 and add your ability modifier, your
Gotcha.
spellcasting ability modifier, and you have to beat the level of the spell plus 10. So like if it was a 9th level spell, it would be DC 19.
Yeah.
I have a question, Mr. Mordenkainen. I should stop calling him that because I'm not Lucian anymore. Not that I think this is potentially something you have a handle on, but I'd be looking to get myself a better set of armor down here. I was hoping maybe you had a lead on that. Some kind of idea.
Well, the obvious would be Bell's Forge, right?
Right, but they're going to want soul coins for armor probably.
Oh, yeah. Well, anywhere you go, it's going to cost you soul coins, yeah. There's also, though, there is a wandering emporium that sometimes comes through. Owned by a Rakshasa named I think it's Mahadi.
Do you think they take gold?
They have a blacksmith that travels with them.
Do they take gold?
Like hunting them down. They seem to pop up somewhere else every single day.
Right. Do they only deal down here? Like, would they also take soul coins, or do they do any business on the material plane?
They do some business on the material plane, but I don't think the blacksmith does. I think they have messaging services that you can send a message to somebody to the material plane. I actually use them once in a while when I can get a hold of them. Although for me nowadays, it's often easier just for me to travel myself.
Well, we have a boatload of gold, so if there was any way for us to use that, it wouldn't be a problem.
I could maybe try to buy you something on the material plane next time I go, which I assume is soon. I don't know what. I guess I have to figure out my end of how I'm going to try to fix this mess.
Right. Well, if you do go to the material plane, pick up some plate armor for me. You know we'll be good for the gold.
Oh, absolutely.
And if not, we're people of our word. We're trustworthy, and we trust you too, Mr. Mordenkainen.
Yeah, so he can do that next time we get. What I guess, sort of in a medicine, obviously Mordenkainen would be, I guess, the one to actually come up with this. But what would you all consider the most helpful thing that Mordenkainen could do for you right now?
You know my answer to that.
I like spell scrolls. I don't know what kind of things he can do.
I mean, so he is able to plane shift, so he can go back to the Imperial plane. I mean, he's not incredibly powerful on his own, but I mean, he has more resources than anything else, right? Like,
Yo,
If we could go back to the material plane with 25,000 gold.
you can't take everybody.
Can I
unfortunately. You
just
can only-
leave him with like however much gold he needs now, just in case we do end up losing it? Also,
Let me-
Jess, I'm assuming it's cool, but I'll ask anyway. Is it cool if I take some of that gold for some armor upgrade? Hell yeah, thank you. Plate is
How do I
normally
see artificer spells?
if you just it should have come up if you search artificer spell list on Google.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
on
that's
Google.
the way that it comes up in Roll20 is unfortunately garbage.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, normally it's 1,500, but I guess we could leave him with like 25 just to be safe.
That works. Yeah, sure.
Just throw the change back our way. Please. It's not like we need it though. It's actually quite cumbersome, this gold.
Well, if while you're out getting plate armor plus, you could find some plate armor plus too.
No, it's not plate armor plus. I just don't have plate armor.
No, I want plate armor plus. That's what I'm saying. I have plate armor already.
How much is that gonna run?
I want 25 AC.
With a grocery list.
I mean, I'll take some studded leather armor. I don't even have that yet.
That's pretty cheap too.
With my
Yeah.
armor?
Your armor is currently attached to you.
I know.
Yeah.
You've got a venom situation going on.
You can't help.
Venom!
Does it have a mind of its own?
He well actually he'll just straight up try. He'll cast Dispel Magic at the 7th level. He needs his 8th level, unfortunately. But it doesn't seem to work. It seems to be specifically cursed by Maggie.
Isn't the way to break a hag's curse to kill her? Is that what it is?
That could probably work, yeah.
Okay.
Or make a deal. But
Yeah, or you could try making another deal, although I wouldn't
very
recommend it.
clearly-
Track record.
yeah, I was gonna say, didn't sound like that went super great. But you guys were all probably
honestly have
torn
no
up
idea
over
what
my
I
death and
agree
stuff.
to.
So, how could you make a good deal? Unless you're a beggar. I wonder what's gonna happen when Lucian goes back to Fort Knucklebone.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in private.
Uh-oh. I
On Tuesday for DM prep.
no, that's for Store King's Thunder.
We can do more than one thing at a time.
I had said uh-oh because I messed up the audio briefly, but we're all good now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys are. He would be more than willing to have like an 8th level or spell scroll is worth like exponentially more than anything. So he could give you guys a couple of different things. He probably would just straight up write them out. So anything that you want.
Well, we got
I don't think.
plate armor, plus armor, studded leather armor.
Yeah.
I feel like
Or
my
the
request
goes-
might be
You have to cast plane shift once, go there, and then come back. Right. So
I
that's
feel
going
like
to
my
be a
request
couple.
might be a little high.
Say that again, Danny.
Is asking for plate armor +1 too much?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I don't want anything done. There's nothing I can get.
He's going to just a regular old, the first blacksmith he can find.
Well, he should try the second.
He does not. Presumably there are much more useful things that he can be doing for all of you.
I'm trying to think of what else, like...
I don't have enough knowledge of D&D.
Yeah. So okay. So let's zoom out and see what's going on. So Thavius Krieg, and that particular arm of the Flaming Fist are currently sort of expanding and sort of putting in place some sort of fascist regime, basically, on the Materia plane. So you've got that problem. You've got Elturel being pulled into the River Styx. You have the deals with Maggie and also the Eighth Remnant. The worst deal with Maggie, long term, besides the one that isn't intertwined with the whole Elturel thing, is Jess making the deal to burn Waterdeep to the ground. So really, if you want, he could probably make progress on any of those things.
Well, it seems like we kind of have to handle the Maggie situation on our own. I mean, with obviously guidance from him, but mostly on our own.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties into the Eighth Remnant thing as well. Like, I think those two arcs will probably conclude around the same point, or if not the exact same point. I was thinking maybe he could help with all the innocent people trapped in Elturel.
Yeah. We could try to...
Or we could begin the beginnings of a power play for the Flaming Fist top seat. And
Honestly,
have a whole army behind us.
The politics in Baldur's Gate are not going to matter if we can't, like, pull off what we're trying to do anyway.
Could have an army.
An army being pulled into the River Styx, closely following Elturel.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, what we could do, to be honest, is cast like plane shift kind of on his tower, if that makes sense. Like he doesn't cast it, but like the tower does that. So he could probably. It would take some time, but like go there, take as many people into the tower, and then plane shift the tower and get them out to the material plane. If that's what you're gonna do, him to do. I mean, it would take some time. He could only take 8 people at a time. But he could do that. So that would be a process that would take him, right? 8. That's 8 people every 2 days, and there were a couple hundred there.
Yeah. See, I don't know how we resolve anything without resolving everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's all kind of. I mean, you could have that. He could try to start hunting down Davies Creed, but then you're not going to get your armor for a while. You're not going to go get the armor, take 2 days to come back, and then go back again, right? That wastes half of your time.
Yeah.
That would be probably his thing that he would like. That makes the most sense, I think, from his right. Stop the current fascist uprising.
Yeah. How about we start with the grocery list, and then he can start on looking into the uprising.
Okay.
Does that make
Is
sense?
that the order we want to like?
Okay, if that's what, yeah,
I know that I'm not getting anything, so like I don't want to like just toss around things, but like I just wonder in the order of priority.
I'm a very aggressive frontliner with no shield, so I really need an armor upgrade, like ASAP.
That is true.
Or else I'm gonna die again.
Then he says meet back here in 2 days, and I'll have what you need. So studded leather armor, plate armor, anything else?
What is
I'm looking.
Are we trading scrolls?
If you want to, yeah.
So like it would be an 8th level. Can I use that?
You can't. No.
No, okay.
You can cast above the spell slots you have available. You have to make a d20 roll with your spellcasting ability modifier, but it has to be something on your spell list.
Oh.
So I'll also take a look and just like point out things that might be.
What if I said I wanted Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
his.
that's his spell. Let me read what that does.
I kind of want it. It
Conjure
conjures
a
a
phantom
phantom
watchdog
dog.
in unoccupied space. Hound is invisible. If that's what you want, yeah. You could only use a spell scroll once, so keep that in mind. So it would have to be a good use of it. But if that's what you want, he can absolutely write. He's like, oh yeah, he's probably super excited that you want one of his own.
Is that like a fair trade for my scroll?
Well, he's gonna give everybody else that wants something a spell scroll as well. Because there is no fair trade because none of you can cast spells above 5th level. They're all half casters.
Wait, so, or what about? Actually, yeah. Maybe. Hold on, there was another one. Or
Do I get the Overgear list if I'm not a whatever?
No. Because it's only the subclass that gets it.
That's what I thought. You said we were all half casters, so then
Yeah, not you. Just Greg, Glenn, and Jess.
I can get nothing from this man.
No, unfortunately.
I would
has-
take Dispel Evil and Good, if that's a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I would have to roll to see if it works, but the whole part where I can use an action to like break like a charm or a frighten or something on somebody that's been inflicted by a fiend that seems pretty strong.
Yeah. Cool. You've got it.
um, hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only one I really want. I mean, there's other ones that are good, but that just seems like the most applicable to hell.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Like, it's not like Banishment isn't a good spell, right? But like,
I'm actually. Can I take Bigby's hand?
Yeah, sure. You got it.
Okay.
Bigsby's Hand is a great spell.
Yeah.
Gwen, you have anything?
I'm debating between Tree Stride and Swift Quiver.
What would Tree Stride possibly get you? Here.
You know,
I
I'll do
remember
Swift
that
Quiver. Swift Quiver seems fine. I was leaning towards it anyway.
I mean, Tree Stride is a great spell, but not on hell. There is literally
What?
there are 2 sets of trees.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. I was thinking about the wrong spell.
Okay. It's like you can go from Karamon's Hill to the spawning trees and back.
What's it called? Oh, Guardian of Nature. I think that's what I was thinking.
Gotcha.
Swift Quiver is what I really want.
Swift Quiver? Yep.
Yeah.
Boom, you got it. Swift Quiver is a great spell.
It's so good.
Okay. Everybody's good?
yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look. Mordenkainen stays up late in the night writing all these spell scrolls for all of you. You all take a long rest. It is a little bit early, but I think it's a good time to just take our break right now, if that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I was actually about to say I'm pretty hungry at the moment, so I'm super down.
Go for it. Okay, so we'll be back at like 8:20.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hi.
Testing.
All right, yeah, now it's working. Cool.
Cool.
We're back.
All right. So yeah, Mordenkainen writes out the spell scrolls, gives them audio in the morning when you all wake up, and says, "All right, so meet me back here in 2 days."
Okay, doke.
Sounds like a
Yes.
plan. I guess we're going to the crypt of the Hell Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first things first, Gwen, roll 2d4.
2d4. Damn
Ah,
it.
it happened.
So the ride is taking longer than you would expect on looking at the map that you have, right?
Mhm.
Um and at a certain point you can tell that you're not lost, but like something has gone wrong. Um about 2 hours pass until you may have this realization. And then, well, I mean, I guess the obvious answer of where you guys end up is the bone brambles.
Okay.
You find yourself somehow coming directly south, and you can still see the towers of the Crypt of the Hell Riders in the distance. But somehow you're coming down from the north, and the bone brambles are it's more as if they're here now at this point. It's as if everything is sort of shifted. So the bone brambles, let me give you, I mean, the name gives a pretty decent description, but I will let you know what's going on here. It is a maze of warped trees and bone-like vines. Calcified corpses. So okay, there's another. You could also use this for tree stride. There you go. 3 levels. But yeah, calcified corpses merge with the trees covered in fungal pods that feed on the blood oozing through the undergrowth. Here and there, narrow paths wend deeper into the wood. So your options are you could try to go through it, or you could try to go around it.
And we
Going around
just
it would obviously take more time.
right.
Well, although if you got lost in there, maybe that would take longer too.
Going through it on the demon grinder seems difficult.
Oh yeah, that's true. You probably, I mean, I guess you could try to cut it all down, but you do know
Yeah.
that there is a night hag that lives here, and she would probably not be all too happy about that.
Oh, we do know this.
Yeah, her name is Red Ruth.
Let's go around.
Yeah.
We should make deals with Red Ruth that counteract our deals with Maggie,
That's how that works.
and then they both cancel out.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm just gonna, especially because you have a ranger, I'm not gonna penalize you too hard. It just takes extra time for you guys to get there, essentially. So you get up at the equivalent of, let's say, like 8 a.m. or whatever, ready to go, and it takes most of the day to get there. It's mid-afternoon at this point as you finally pull up to the crypt of the Hell Riders. Let me. Acrid smog swirls around a barren hill, rising from which, like giant tombstones, are a pair of leaning monoliths, which you can see there on the map, each soaring more than 50 feet into the smoky red sky. Dozens of armored knights kneel in motionless reverence before the monoliths, between which a set of steps lead down under the hill. All of these knights are leaning and pointing towards, and they all wear the seal, the regalia of Elturel.
Are these are real knights or just statues?
It seems like real armor.
Drat.
How many? Like hundreds, dozens?
Dozens. So I'll say
Dozens.
like we'll say 24.
Okay.
and they sort of line a path up to this set of steps that cut into the hill.
As in, to go past them, we have to get out of the grinder as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think.
I mean, or I guess you could try to run them all over, but
Yeah.
to go down the steps for sure, you couldn't bring the grinder.
I think we just try and go down the steps because either they come alive and attack us because we're not permitted to go down there, or we try and prevent that from happening by trying to kill them earlier, in which case they would definitely all attack us if they're not just statues.
Yeah.
So I think we just take the chance that they're not gonna attack us and just try and casually stroll past.
Yeah, even if they're not living, there could be a consequence to just running them all down.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just so you ignore all the knights and walk over to the steps and descend.
Mhm.
At the bottom of the steps, there's a pair of basalt doors that block the passage, and on the surface there are sort of engraved reliefs of a knight fighting a devil, and both of them wield burning swords. There are no obvious handles, locks, bolts, or anything like that. They're just the only way you can even tell that it's actually a door is the kind of
Slit.
small, the slit and the opening at the bottom and top.
Ecstasy.
Yes.
Clash swords with me. Just kind of like them.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try and like clang swords with
Mimic,
just mimic it.
Unfortunately, no effect. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
You look
It was a
very
good
cool, though,
plan.
very dramatic.
We would have a pretty sweet final duel one day.
Oh, it has to happen at some point, right?
There's no way I even hit him. This foot.
Not with -3 or -4.
Definitely not now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, -3 now, right? Because you took a long rest.
You got what, like 5 more levels before this thing is over?
Wait, is it just a flat minus? I thought it was a D4.
A flat minus
Flat
-4.
minus.
So is it 3 now then? Since we
And
were-
it's 3, yeah.
Okay.
Because you took 1 less.
Cool.
So we're at a door, right? We want to go through it. That's what's happening. Can I like make an investigation check to see, like, to look really closely at the slit, like the divide in the doors, to see if I can see a lock?
Absolutely, go for it. Make an investigation check. Okay, so you don't see anything like that, and in fact, even when you sort of try to get like a better idea, like push against them, the even though the door doesn't seem, it isn't wedged in any way or anything, it does not budge at all when you press against it. It seems magically sealed.
Yeah, I was gonna stream magic.
Yeah, what was that?
The
Jess?
doors are magically sealed.
I don't think none of us have like a dispel magic type ability.
No.
This party
So-
did and ended up very focused on certain, like, there's not a lot of different roles being filled, which is fine, but it makes for weird situations where you don't have spells that you would just like assume a party would have.
Yeah, I get counterspell at like 2 more levels.
There you go.
Can I get the description one more time?
Yeah, so it's a pair of assault door. I'm sorry, what did you say, Jess?
I was just gonna say what's around the doors, like what's attached to the door.
Got you. So it's a pair of basalt doors. Their surface, on the surface there's a relief of a knight locked in combat with a devil, and they are both wielding flaming swords. Around it, there isn't really anything special. The steps you came down were actually are carved out of the hill, essentially. So there isn't anything like super notable besides the door.
I kneel.
I
Okay.
follow Beggar's lead.
Same.
Okay.
Nothing happens, unfortunately.
Ah!
Let's go. I'll go
I will
up.
say just so that we don't sit here all night doing this. It's not a puzzle. There's no like
Oh.
perfect
Oh.
solution kind of thing.
He's got a. Oh, it doesn't budge. I was gonna go up to the kneeling people upstairs and see if they're A, alive, and B, willing to help us.
Yeah, so you go up to one of them and like they have
Yeah.
like the helmet with the visor, and you lift it, and inside it's like a skeleton.
Okay.
Ah!
So they're dead, but they seem to be sort of held in this position magically somehow.
I say, Udo, I found you some armor.
It is plate armor, yeah.
Can I actually?
Take it.
God damn it. Oh, I wish I had message nowadays.
You would need sending.
Message
at this
doesn't work
point.
to me sending.
Did
Yeah.
somebody leave one of our sending stones with Mordenkainen at some point?
We only have two. One of them was with Traxagore, and the other one was with us.
That's
So we can use it to try and talk to
Also,
Traxagore.
like you already plane shifted, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Traxagore. If you could try to find Mordenkainen at every blacksmith in the material plant, sure. I'll try to take some armor, just to see if it'll get the ball rolling, if anything.
yeah, you can take it, no problem. It takes how do you try to take it? I guess.
I mean, normally it's bound together by some kind of straps on the inside. So I'd probably just like kind of reach in and undo those the way you normally would to take off
Yeah,
the
as soon
armor.
as you do the bones, you can hear them like crumble inside, and the armor all falls to the ground.
All right, yeah, I'll just put it on then.
Okay.
I suppose. I don't know what the drawback of this is gonna be, but I was hoping something would happen.
I think the drawback is you get higher AC. I think that's it.
Yeah, I get more confident and end up doing something even stupider and getting myself killed.
So yeah, it takes about like 10 minutes for you to get the armor on, but then you've got it.
All right, I'm wearing plate armor.
You track it every second, Danny.
No.
So that's one problem solved.
I mean, if it's not a puzzle, then that kind of
We just
implies,
push.
yeah, either that or we just don't have the way in yet, and it's somewhere. There's like a key or something.
It's not a puzzle, but it's like we know it's a magical door, right? Like we can figure that out.
Yeah.
We need a magical key.
I was gonna say, does it look like something's missing, or that there's a spot for something?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Weren't there like slits on the top and bottom?
I mean, just like in the sense that there are in a normal door.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just a bit of space. Can I like peek underneath of a slit and see if I see anything?
Absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Ooh, maybe actually,
Conveniently,
Marin, could you do that instead?
Sure can.
My investigation is not the best.
conveniently, Sean didn't say how big the slits were. They're actually like 3 feet wide.
Yeah. As soon as you go down, you notice you could just crawl under very easily. They're like the size you'd expect.
Yeah.
Okay, 23. You can tell that there is movement inside. It seems to be some kind of swirling mist.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You wait a couple seconds,
Hello?
nothing happens.
Hello. We're here to spread the word of Jesus. That one.
Please.
Why does this never work around here? I'll have to talk to my pastor about this.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so when you said it didn't budge, was that just with a normal amount of force applied?
Yeah. She was just like investigating around the door. She wasn't like pushing on it.
Can I make a check just to like try and bust it open?
Yep.
Like,
I'll try
all
to
the
help.
buttons, are you, like hitting it, or are you pushing it? Like or
Flying
ramming
jump
it?
kick.
I'm gonna ram it. We'll start with that.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Can I try to help?
So Greg, you get an advantage. You get advantage.
Word. Well,
Nice advantage.
15.
It like once again you would expect some like a little to absorb the impact even somewhat. It doesn't budge at all.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's
No,
wait. I'm gonna go outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around the area, see if there's another entrance.
there's not. No.
Okay.
This is so perplexing.
I feel like we're just missing something silly.
Remember, once again, that we are playing. Well, this is the Coast Adventure, and it is possible for you to have gotten further ahead than you're supposed to, right? Like it is possible that you don't have what you need. There are ways to get in without what the adventure calls for. Like there are ways, but there is also something out in the world that you could get that would help you.
That's what I
will
was worried about. Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems like those other ways are probably in the spells you'd expect the party to have. Like maybe some kind of door through dimensions.
Yeah, then I would do it.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't think we have a spell that gets us in there though, right?
Yeah.
I'll look at
Can
my
you
list.
trade an Echo Knight on the other side?
If I was
Lucy,
Lucian,
You're
maybe.
not Lucian anymore.
Damn.
God damn it.
Can I maybe I'll just throw a divine sense out there just to see what happens.
Yeah, go ahead and ping Divine Sense, so that I know.
Yeah,
exactly
I'm gonna
what
be
you-
peeking under the door because it doesn't work through full cover. So like
Yeah.
sending it under there.
Cool. Okay. And you can detect type, its identity, any place or object. I would say the entire place is desecrated.
That's not very surprising. In
Um,
hell.
let me.
I splash holy water on the door.
There within, but not through total cover. I'll say you do get the general sense of undeadness. There aren't actually any creatures, but
But there's
Yeah.
some
Like
undead.
a portal type thing, maybe?
I'm sorry, say that again, Jess.
Could it be like a portal type thing?
It's possible.
Swirling mist or like a summoning thing?
Those are all
Oh.
possible. Yeah.
Wait, I can Misty Step in there.
You have
Okay.
Misty Step?
Yeah, I do have Misty Step prepared right now.
It fucking kills him on the spot.
That's the thing. It could be dangerous, this mist. But you said that I don't detect it as like one of those types of creatures, right?
No, it's just desecrated.
Better than just walking into a combat, it would seem, at least. I'll cast protection from evil and good on myself first.
Okay.
Just as a little precaution, and then I'll Misty Step by looking through the door so I can see where I'm stepping to.
I'll also give you a death ward.
Yeah, I could move. And I'll try to aim it so it's like in a far corner of the room or something, where I'm just like not standing directly in the middle of this mist. I don't know if that helps, but
briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
I can see it.
Yeah, all right, I'll give it to you.
I'm gonna latch onto these slits, Sean. That's all we got.
Okay, so do you do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so immediately right, like 10 feet down. So yeah, so there's these swirling mists underneath you. There are sort of 10 feet in front of you. The hallway breaks off. You can go left or you can go right.
Can
Do
you
it.
open the door?
Yeah, that's kind of my first priority. I don't want to start exploring
Does
yet.
not but
There's nothing like around it. There's not like a lever or something.
nope.
Shoot.
So it's just a wall? Seemingly? Or can he see the
I mean, it's the slit is there on the other side.
It's still a
like,
door,
the
but yeah.
No. The creator of this assumed that if you were in here, that meant you got the door open.
That's pretty fair. Can I check out these mists, like perception or something?
Yeah, make a perception check.
15.
15. Let's see. How can I? They're definitely magical. But they seem like nothing. It behaves like normal, sort of like a fog kind of thing. It doesn't seem to have any effect. Like it doesn't affect your movement or anything like that. Whoever designed this just wanted it to have a creepy aesthetic.
Okay. And we were here to try to find Yale, right?
Yeah.
I guess I'd just be like, hello, Yale. Please, my friends and I, we're on a journey to save tons of innocent people and prevent bad stuff. Please, Yale. I promise I'm a good guy. I just have a question.
Yeah. No. Unfortunately, there's no response.
I feel like it's too risky for me to start exploring without everyone else in here.
Up to you. You don't hear any movement or anything.
No, but I sensed undead.
Yeah.
Look around, Udo.
There's no way there's a combat in here I could fight alone.
I'm not saying fight.
I'm just saying if I go down in here, then I'm done. There's no way.
That's true.
Like, you guys go and find the way to open it. We're gonna have to back off, I think. Unless someone has a good idea.
What if you just like checked safely for traps firstly going off into the two?
It's not even like traps I'm worried about, though. Like, I'm worried about a horde of undead attacking me when I'm in here alone. A trap is whatever. I just take a little damage and probably crawl out or something. I don't know.
Can Misty Step get you back out? Like, do you still have that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using 2 of my level 2 spell slots. But it seems like we don't really have a solution here. Like, as a party.
I think we get out of here, and I personally want to go check out Old Rack's grave.
Okay.
Alternatively, we know that there's a hag in the bone brambles. We could try and get her to make a deal with her to open this thing for us. I don't know how well that's going to go.
Yeah, for now, I'm going to Misty Step out. Same way I got in. And, yeah, where do we... Screw you, it's a good call. Literally, you kill me. You constantly try to kill me, and you're like, you play too aggressively. You're out of your mind. And then I'm like, hey, let's play it safe. And you're like, you coward. I can't win. I think the hag seems like a more solid lead, as spooky as that is.
What do we have as leverage? What do we know about hags? If 2 hags exist in the same plane, do they more or less not agree with each other, or are they friends?
Make a
History.
A religion check.
Religion. That's the same thing for me anyway.
Let's see what we've got here. So, okay, so they don't like hate each other or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
it's
are
Maggie's sister.
Well, yeah. They are sisters. And so they do work together on occasion, mostly for information. But yeah, theoretically there might be a third one, right? Because they often exist in covens, which are 3 hags.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be something to look out for. But yeah, they're not like enemies or anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Is that the plan? You guys are heading back to the Bone Brambles?
I would like to have a plan of attack before we try and make a deal with her.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a lot of things to our name right now.
And deals have just not been strong suit.
Speak
What
for
does she
yourself.
get out of letting us find the tapestry? She can't have the tapestry, otherwise ecstasy dies.
What a fucking mess you've gotten yourselves into.
Yep.
If only we had gone to the Crypt of the Hellriders and then talked to Mordenkainen, we could have had him come to dispel this magic. But we can't afford to wait 2 days to get this dispelled.
No, yeah. And this is like our only lead as far as
I mean, the other lead is go to Bell and have him tell us where the Bleeding Citadel is.
The third lead is going deeper.
But then we're making deals with Bell, which is also potentially disastrous.
Yeah. Ironically, what I have written next to that as notes as Maggie's sister and the Bone Brambles might have ideas on how to get leverage over Bell in order to have him help us.
Somebody did say that to you. I forget how.
It was Maggie.
Gotcha.
Well,
It's true.
I'd probably rather deal with the Night Hag than Bell.
Okay. Udo hasn't got to make a deal with the Night Hag yet, so this is on you.
Yeah.
You're the one who has stuff left to give.
Hey, well, I made one decent deal.
No, that was Lucian.
Yeah.
You haven't done shit.
It was still me. Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you're going back to the Bone Brambles.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you the description again. Well, actually, first, on the way there, you're all kind of riding in the Demon Grinder, a little annoyed, feeling like you're sort of going in circles here a little bit. And Lulu's like, I hate to bring this up, but Marin, you're not actually gonna try to kill everybody in Waterdeep, are you?
Did we not leave Lulu with Maggie?
I thought
No. She only wanted her memories,
Okay.
Oh,
unless you want to have.
No, I just thought we did. I don't remember.
I thought we did. She can't really do anything for us anymore.
Well, we're very
She still has the trumpet attacks.
No,
well,
she wasn't able to.
we're very much like convinced that she like wanted to keep her, but that was never actually the case. But you could. It's up. Let's make a decision as a group right now. Did you guys leave Lulu there or no?
No, I thought she's been with us.
Okay. Then in that case,
She hasn't actually done anything
No, but
since then. But that's fine.
that was what we were rolling with, though.
Well, I was gonna figure that out after we got this done.
Oh, that's comforting.
This poor Oliphant.
I don't
Well, I'm
want to.
Well, that counts for something, I guess, right?
Right, exactly.
To be fair, she didn't say she was going to have to kill everyone.
I just said
burn
burn
the
it.
city down. Yeah. So what if we evacuate all the people, burn it down, and then rebuild it better than ever? You like that, don't you, Lulu?
Wouldn't that be great?
How are you gonna evacuate all the people from Waterdeep?
And tell them that
Their city's gonna
Tell
burn
her to burn the city down.
send that someone's coming to burn their city down.
Threaten all those poor people?
And we're trying to save
It's more of
them.
a warning, right?
But then you're actually. What if they don't listen?
Yeah, I mean, that's their fault.
We can't do everything for these people.
Yeah. I can only do so much.
You know, in a weird way, I'm kind of relieved that we couldn't get in there.
Aw. Do you know how to get in there, Lulu?
she doesn't. She doesn't know.
Okay.
She doesn't have enough memory for that. Yeah. No.
Yet.
I mean, obviously, we need you like for the quest and goodness and kicking evil's ass and stuff. But I don't know. It would feel weird to see the corpses of all my dead friends and not remember them.
You don't have to go in. You can wait outside.
That feels even worse.
You're gonna have to start picking the lesser evil here.
Well, we need somebody to guard the entrance.
Who's gonna watch the demon grinder?
We don't have an echo anymore.
That's true.
I did not think I would miss Lucian this fast.
Okay, so bone brambles. It's like I said, it's a maze of warped trees and bone-like vines, stretching before you. Calcified corpses merge with the trees, covered in fungal pods that feed on the blood oozing through the undergrowth. Pleasant.
Yum.
Here and there, narrow paths went deeper into the wood.
I'm just gonna ping this before it becomes important.
Starting at 8th level, we need men. During constant extra movement, you can also pass through non-magic plant that being so
Nice. That's huge, actually.
Alright. Well, I guess we're just wandering in the forest until we find whoever the name is. I forgot the name.
Oh, what a mess.
We're doing great. Full of great ideas.
You could try to use some of your ranger smarts.
Well, common sense tells me that if there's a hag in the forest, she's in the middle of the forest.
That makes
Let's
sense.
go towards there.
I just don't like leaving the demon grinder.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I guess so.
Lula can stay with the demon grinder if you want.
Sure.
We could try and drive the demon grinder through the bone brambles.
I don't think she, would be pleased with that.
Well, it's one way to get her attention.
Yeah, but we're trying
No,
to
good.
slink away without giving up anything too hefty. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Gwen, make a survival check at advantage for me.
Survival. Who needs
Oh, boy.
advantage?
Okay. I think with that, I think you navigate it quite expertly. Yeah. So there are a number of like sort of dead ends and paths that you could take, but you're very good at keeping your head on straight.
Mhm.
And even a couple times you sort of fly up and get a lay of the land and kind of stuff, and from there you can see
If you fly up, Udo's like,
oh yeah. And yeah, so you definitely I'll just tell you the different things that you could have ran into. You could have run into 3 shambling mounds.
oh boy.
Nice.
There are some traps. There is the one curious thing that you do see is there is a corpse of a drow at the end of one of the paths that has been like impaled by the vines, and you can see her face is twisted into an expression of horror. And she has this purple pouch on a strap kind of connected to her belt.
Yo,
So
can,
that's
I
the
check
only
that?
like
Cool.
lethal thing that
Can I check
you
that pouch?
you want to.
Hell yeah.
Give me 1 second here.
Wait, we're not still moving.
Well, we just were told that we walked by this body, so I
Oh.
wanted to.
Oh yeah, we're
Make an
walking. Just kidding.
Arcana check for me, Ecstasy.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Oh.
Gosh, I'm genius.
You've heard of things like this. It looks like it's a bag of holding.
Oh shit! I grab it. What a day!
Put all of the gold in it.
I was about to say, toss the
Yeah,
gold
no.
in, baby.
That'd be such a dramatic moment. Someone's like, "Do you have payment?" And then you just pour like infinite amounts of gold. Out
I
of
just
it.
turn his back over and gold just starts.
Okay, so you
60
pick it up.
cubic meters of gold.
Oh.
Yeah, I pick up the bag of gold.
Okay.
Onward.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I refuse
Yes.
to acknowledge there should be issues.
Nope. No problems here. Just a
Okay.
free bag of holding. In the middle of a bone bramble forest filled with monsters.
There's got to be some good and all bad.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, if you think this is good, you haven't even checked what's inside the bag. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
um,
think. So I'm just gonna wait until I need to put something in it and have a fun moment.
Okay. Nice. So then the lair you pretty quickly find, sure enough, is in the center. Your instincts were correct. It's a cave at the center of the maze. Hundreds of bones and body parts hang by twine from the entrance. The ceiling is strung with garland made of bloody entrails. The air buzzes with flies. You go in.
I suppose.
Should we knock?
I was gonna say, should we just say something?
Hey,
first? Hey, can we come in?
Is this the lair of Red Ruby?
The squattle here.
No, it is not the lair of Red Ruby. It's the lair of Red Ruth.
It's the lair of Ruby Rose.
It's Rose
Please, yes,
here.
please. You hear a small, quiet, frail-sounding voice. Please, yes, come in. I normally don't have visitors. I'm sorry if the place is a bit of a mess. Please, no, come in.
What are a pile of entrails to new friends?
Inside though is quite homely. Actually, it's quite nice. There's a table that is made out of just normal regular wood, believe it or not. And a couple of chairs around it. And she says, please have a seat. I've got a couple of things in the oven that you might enjoy.
Oh,
You
what's
know,
she cooking? What's she chefing?
Can I make
Some
an insight
pastries.
check to see if she's actually batshit crazy and about to turn on us?
You don't even have to make an insight check. Yes, she's batshit crazy. She's a goddamn night hag. Not to be fucked with.
Articulated that better.
She does not seem. It would not be a night hag's MO to just randomly attack. They are much interested in making
Okay.
deals.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not gonna randomly attack and try to kill you, unless you, do something crazy. But
yeah.
says,
If you don't mind, Ruth, we did come here with a purpose.
oh well, that is forgive an old lady for being excited for some company, but maybe I can be of some assistance to you. Yeah.
So we're trying to get into the crypt of the Hell Riders, but the door seems to be magically locked. We were hoping maybe you had some information about that.
I might. Yeah. Why would you want to get in there?
Just a little bit of a hunch we're working on, but that's not the important part.
Don't even worry yourself on that detail.
Well, maybe
I
if
left
you
my
knew
car
better
keys
what
there.
your goals were, maybe I would have. I mean, I have a lot of information, but I'm afraid I know where you could. I assume you said you couldn't get past the door.
Yes.
I know people who maybe I don't know the way in myself, but I know people who might know. But I also know a great many things. Maybe if you gave me more information about what you were trying to accomplish, I could maybe point you in a better direction.
Well, more accurately, we're trying to find the spirit of a long dead friend of ours named Yale.
And you expect her to be? Was she a Hell Rider?
Can I want
I
to
thought
go
you
up
said
to
you
her
were
and give her
allowed.
the amulet and ask her if she can tell us how this happened. Because I have the fucked up Hell Rider amulet.
Yeah. She doesn't probably. I don't think she has any immediate information about that, unfortunately. But if your friend that you're seeking out was a Hell Rider, that must mean you are all quite old. You look
Uh,
I'm like
Thousands of years old.
quite
23. I'm
high
hell.
for
I'm young at heart.
you would certainly is this a friend of yours? And looks at you, beggar, remembering that Eric Coker have a lifespan of about 30.
Yeah.
That is my favorite flavor when I played that race. I love keeping that in mind.
Yes. Friend of a friend.
Okay, well, it seems like you're very hesitant to give me the full story here, and that makes it very difficult for me.
We're just scared.
Well, honestly, if you don't know that Yale is a Hell Rider, it sounds like you don't really know all that much, do you?
I know I have particular topics I have particular interests in areas of expertise, but I will admit, yeah, the Hell Riders are not one of them.
So why would you know anything about how to get into their crypt?
She told you she doesn't know, but she
Yeah.
knows people who might know.
Oh, gotcha.
Hmm.
Why are you seeking out this Yale? Surely you wouldn't come all this way just for a nice reunion, 50-year.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the Eighth Remnant?
Yes, I believe they've had some run-ins with my sister.
Yeah. Well, we had a run-in with them too, and they needed us to track something down for them, and only Yale knows where it is. And they kind of they had us at more or less gunpoint, knife point, sword point. They had us
Demon
by the
grinder
throat.
point.
Yeah, demon grinder point. So if we don't get in there, we're kind of toast.
Seems that you have a lot riding on this.
A little bit,
A lot
but I
hell
mean, we know
riding.
other places to go. You're just the
This
closest one.
wide grin goes across your face.
Hey. We have options. If you can't get us in there, and you know people who do, I'm sure we can find other people who do. In fact, we actually know someone right over in the Tower of Erm who can do it for us. It's just a little further than we'd like to travel.
Mordenkainen can't get you into the crypt of the Hell Riders.
But
I
he
think he
probably
can.
knows who can.
Also, he definitely can.
He's got a lot of knowledge floating around that tower. Lots of old scrolls and books weighed down by chains.
Let me see what he's got. Just so that I know if I'm lying to you or not.
Well, I mean, Greg was able to Misty Step in. I imagine anything like Dimension Door.
Yeah. I imagine a wizard of that caliber definitely has the means.
Let's see what spells he's got. I mean, I guess he could write up, but
We could have even asked for a scroll of Dimension Door. Well, actually, I
We
don't think
didn't
anyone
know.
can cast it.
Yeah.
he does not have Dimension Door.
Yeah, that might not even be a wizard spell.
I think it is, but he it would at least take some prep time for that. But anyway, she says, but also I think it would be quite foolish of you to ally yourself with Mordenkainen.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Is it because of his secret agenda?
That sounds awfully dramatic.
I mean, let's say we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Very well then, okay. I guess I can't help you then.
Let's say hypothetically, if you were to help us, what would you want in return?
Oh
Am I
no.
help?
What?
Am I help or not? I don't
I mean,
understand
we
if
came
you're
all
all
this way.
know what you're getting into with Mordenkainen. You know, why not? Why would you batter the devil you know?
I mean, I told you, it's a long way away. We're on a bit of a time restriction here.
And
God, we are just giving her more and more ammo.
we really are.
We're screwed, friends.
I mean, realistically, it's 2 hours away. It's
Yeah.
not like 2
But-
hours is annoying, but it's not whatever.
Well, it's annoying,
She
but
knows that.
2 days in reality.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
No, exactly. But we're playing with fire. All right.
You're awfully quiet over there, young Dragonborn.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not very good at this.
What?
which
I'm
one?
not very good at this. I'm just here to help with the physical stuff.
You're not a dragonborn.
Me?
Yes, she
Wait, which
is.
Dragonborn?
She is.
Oh, you are a dragonborn. Shit, fam. I forgot.
I
My
was
bad.
referring to Baron, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't have doubted it, but you said young dragonborn, so I was like, huh?
That's what I was. Yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't
that's true.
sure.
You are.
I-
Yeah. You're
He's younger than I
particularly
am.
young.
I'm 12. Maybe
I would
13
know.
now.
He had a birthday.
It's
When
my
he
poor
was dead.
choice.
I missed my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Oh,
We'll have to go back to the Van Thamper place to the birthday.
I'm pretty.
party.
Like side note, I'm pretty sure I said my birthday is a few months away when we had that whole debacle in the gambling ship.
Oh yeah.
And
Wait,
it's definitely been more than a few months since then. So
Wait, I thought this
since
was-
that,
probably during the birthday party thing. Remember?
It's been
I thought it's only been like 2 weeks.
less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If you count the long rest.
oh wow, okay, then never mind.
Yeah, things happen fast.
I was gonna say we all just met.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm a 12.
Cool. She's like, I'm quite confused. Are you looking to make a deal or not?
It doesn't seem like you have anything particularly of value. Is the problem?
There are plenty of things of value.
I mean, nothing that pertains to what we need right now.
I start walking out.
Yeah, I'm done here.
Okay. She doesn't stop you.
I didn't think she would.
Damn it.
Well, I mean, we have other options. Realistically, we don't even need to get into the Crypt of the Hellriders. We could go try and deal with Mephistopheles or Yanogu. Or Bell.
Nursery. Hey.
Danny, not even us who know you work there. That was good.
All right, what's next, friends?
A lot of some mass appeal tonight. I don't know. I don't know where we're going.
God, I am just. Oh, every turn. Who would have thought hell is such an unfriendly place to be?
I mean, we could try to go really, really far to Bell's Forge.
Last time we were in hell, things just worked out better.
Yeah. It's almost as if there was more direction in a pre-written campaign than in a Wizards of the Coast one. Shots fired.
Which is the coast.
Do we know
It's
what's
funny.
up the Demon Zapper?
A million options. You just don't want to do any of them.
I don't want to. What? We're gonna offer up my life to her so that we can find out somebody else knows how to get into the crypt. Like, come on.
Or we could have just offered up your life by going into the crypt.
Yeah, that's true. But I just got it back, so there's a couple things I was looking to do before that happens.
So as you guys come back to the demon grinder, Lou's like, you got it? You know how to get in?
We got this pouch.
Oh, a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's find out what's in the bag.
Yeah. Why do you gotta be all like that?
Well, we're gonna put the coins in now, anyways. This is when Danny would open it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we already put the coins in.
We weren't near the
No, the
demon
coins are in
grinder.
the demon grinder. There's too many coins.
Alright, let's see.
I
Danny,
opened the bag to put the coins in.
Roll a D2 for me. That's the bad one.
damn.
You see Ecstasy open the bag and start to put the coins in, and immediately gets sucked inside of the bag.
No.
Wait, no, this is fine. No, it's not fine.
No, it's not. Now we have to try and pull him out, and we might get sucked in.
Well, no, I was thinking. I was trying to remember. How does Misty Step work?
Teleport to an unoccupied space I can see within 30 feet.
If you're holding a bag of holding, would it teleport the bag of
Love
holding?
this fucking game.
Maybe.
Ooh.
I jump in the bag.
What are you
The
doing?
bag closes behind it. You can't like jump in. You
Okay.
can make Danny make a
open-
strength check.
Make a strength check.
Yeah, to try to escape, and Beggar, you can make a strength check as well.
I don't want to escape. I want to get in.
Why? What is going on?
What if we figure out?
Do you not
how this
understand
works?
the plan?
Get in the bag, and then you Misty step into the thing, and
Wait.
we're all there.
Yeah, but what if all three of you
Oh,
in the
no.
bag, and then I failed the strength check to pull one of you out, and then we all get stuck in the bag?
Then we
No,
make
that's the
strength check from
funniest
inside.
end to a campaign that anyone's ever had.
Wait, I have to look something up. Devouring.
I know what this is.
I think one thing that we need to learn as a party is that we need to be able to dedicate far more to a bit. We need, if we're gonna become internet famous, everything we knew has to be for the bit.
Oh my god. It's our flagship campaign, Danny.
Exactly. We set a precedent now.
We're gonna end it because we don't feel like talking to someone else about how to get in.
No, we're gonna end it because we're willing to take risks.
Oh my god. Think about the reward.
I am.
How do we get back out? We gotta do it again.
Okay.
I see my reward is either the funniest end ever, or we're moving, baby.
Brilliant to tell us it was a bag of holding, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
so I'm
part
gonna
of the
read
description
the entire
is it resembles
thing,
a
and I'm
bag
gonna
of
talk
holding.
about it as a group.
Yeah.
Okay, so when a part of a living creature is placed in the bag, as happens when someone reaches inside of it, there's a 50% chance that the creature is pulled inside the bag. A creature inside the bag can use this action to try to escape with a successful DC blank strength. Another creature can use its action to reach into the bag and pull a creature out, doing so with a successful DC blank strength check, provided it isn't pulled inside the bag first. Any creature that starts its turn inside the bag is devoured, its body destroyed.
Okay. Well, that's the rub.
So, but it says, right, a creature inside the bag can use its action to try to escape.
Yeah.
But if it starts its turn in the bag,
But
or
if
ends
it
its turn?
starts its turn in the bag. So let me see if there's like a sage advice on it.
Is it saying like you use your action inside the bag and use an action to try to escape?
Maybe it's assuming you get sucked into the bag on your
Starts
turn.
its next turn.
I mean, to look on the bright side, if Danny gets devoured in this bag, we don't have to worry about the tapestry that much anymore.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna set. Okay, so here's how people are ruling it. They're ruling that you can that you make a check the second it happens, like sort of like a saving throw, which is why I
That's
don't
what I was
understand why it's
thinking.
a check. But then on your next
Yeah.
turn, it's DC 15, so you manage to get yourself out. Ultimately uneventful, but very scary.
Jesus. Yeah. There was one of those in the vampire lair I ran.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna punt this thing.
Wait, no. Definitely save it. I'm keeping it.
Actually, okay, yeah,
No,
we can keep
I
it, but let's
it's my
please,
bag.
let's please
Yeah,
not.
Danny can keep it.
Don't use it for real though.
Well, then we don't put stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
But we can put somebody else inside of it that we don't
I don't like this nervous Nelly attitude that's been adopted out of nowhere. I don't like
Yeah,
this. I don't like. We're in hell. We need to commit. We need to make a stance.
Maggie, there's the tapestry's right in this bag. You really have to reach in and grab it.
I don't know what you said that, but
Watch she hits the 50-50 and just doesn't suck her in though.
okay. What's next, friends?
Do we know? Didn't we know something about the demon zapper? Is there a
Not
person
that
there that
I
we know of?
know of.
Maybe I'm just confusing it with the Tower of Erm.
We got like some bit of information on it at one point, but I can't remember.
I'll give
That's
you
what
a
I
little
thought.
bit then. I mean, it does. It's exact. Its purpose is exactly what you expect it to be. But
With zaps.
yeah. Let's see here. I definitely have not given you any of this information about it, so I'm going to say no.
That's fine.
Okay, that's yeah. I feel like if we even got any, it was like very surface level anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our only other lead is Bell.
Our other leads are Bel, Mephistopheles, and Yonogu.
I like the last one.
Yonogu's a demon, specifically looking for the sword because he's worried that Zariel will find the sword and destroy it, thus becoming unstoppable.
Right.
Mephistopheles is in the mirror of Mustafar and knows where the sword is. And then Bel knows where the Bleeding Citadel is. Those are the three things we know. The fourth thing we know is that Yale is potentially inside the crypt of the Hell Riders. Most likely she is, and would lead us to the sword. No, lead us to the tapestry. And
The sword
so
and
I
the
was
tapestry are in the same place.
okay.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Well,
Mm,
Do we roll for this shit?
probably. It doesn't seem like we have anything solid.
I will say you are going to find more and more as you get to the point where you're supposed to get to the right answer. Like options will start looping back on themselves because there's a theoretical path that the adventure wants you to take. So don't be surprised if you pick something and it tells you to go to one of the other locations that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You might as well just pick one.
Yeah.
We could try out
All the
Ultrix Grave.
in the wrong way, right? You know this. So by
Well, we
I
don't
mean
really
I guess
know where. We don't really know where Yonogu is.
no.
The fact that
Probably not actually on Avernus.
yeah. The fact that Maggie made the deal with me, including Bell, makes it seem likely that that's probably the intended route.
Mm.
But I really like the name Mephistopheles.
That's a good name.
It's vaguely reminiscent of like a Greek philosopher.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, it just has that like ring to it, you know.
It's the Awfulies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Actually, fun fact: Awfulies is a language that's
Like
worse
awful
than
ease.
Awfulies. It's better than Gooderies.
Yeah, like it's
God.
literally AWFUL, like awful ease.
Like awful the language.
Jesus.
It actually not be the intended pronunciation. Let's see here.
Well,
Because you're not as informed. Because I believe the character actually is German.
It's German, yeah. It's from Faust,
Yeah.
which I think
Let's see.
still
I
means
have a
something still, at least.
pronunciation here somewhere. Pronunciation guide. Let's see what the adventure says it should be.
Is there a button here that will tell me? Oh, that's encyclopedia. I want dictionary to tell me.
It's not on the chart. Well, Mephistopheles it is.
I have this is here. I don't know if this helps you at all. I presume it does because you know these things.
Oh God. That
Mephistopheles.
would be Mephistopheles. Yeah.
It's Mephistopheles. I just hit the dictionary button that
Yeah.
tells you that says
Yep,
things.
that would be.
that looks pretty convincing to me.
Actually, this is an interesting way of using the. Nobody cares. Continuing on. I was going to go into
I
IPA
care.
stuff, but no, you don't.
You're a liar. Don't tell me what I care and don't care about.
So where
You
we had
always
a
do this. I mean, if we're just gonna pick somewhere random, we could check out Uldrich's grave since it's close.
is that what you want to do?
That's where I
Sure,
wanted to
that's
go
fair,
before.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm kind of latching onto it as well.
Okay, let me do a slight bit of
There's a
organization.
really big sword there. How is that not where we want to go?
It's true.
You guys are also running, pulling me in circles here.
This is
Roll
true.
2d4. It's all good. It's fine. Cool. Yeah, you're
Easy.
fine. It does take another like hour to get there. So at this point, this is probably going to be your last stop for the day. Well, I don't know where you guys are going to go to rest, but yeah, that's
We'll figure it out.
anyway.
later.
So as you're approaching, you can see the cracked helm and sword of a Titan lies half buried in the ash of Avernus. A spherical stone set into the sword's pommel still gleams with scarlet radiance.
Hmm.
Wow.
How high up is the sword? I mean, obviously it's giant, but like, is it a climbable thing?
You could climb it, yeah.
I don't have to climb it. I'm gonna fly up there.
Yeah.
I want to look at this rock.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
12.
I mean, it's definitely magical.
How is it like? Is it like bigger than me?
Let's see here. How big? I don't think it would be big. The sword is definitely bigger than you, right? But I don't think the actual jet is bigger than you. It's probably close to your size.
Is it grabbable?
Grabbable in the sense that you can touch it, yes. Grabbable in the sense that you could pull it
I
out.
could pull
It
it
would
off.
take some strength.
Fly
I'll
me
touch
up.
it first to see what happens.
Nothing happens.
You say nothing happens?
Yep.
Then I try my strength.
Okay, make a strength check. Cool.
Yes.
31.
Jess and Greg also make history checks actually for you.
Oh boy, my specialty. Oh,
Okay. Jess, this is an orb of dragon kind. So let me get the description of that. So you know what's going on. So they contain the essence of an evil dragon. A presence that it says a presence that resents any attempt to coax magic from it. Those lacking in force of personality might find themselves enslaved to an orb. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's actually much smaller than I thought. An orb is an etched crystal globe about 10 inches in diameter. So, no,
Okay.
not. When used, it grows larger. Okay.
Would I know how to destroy it?
Well, with a natural 20, a disintegrate spell. Here's the description. A disintegrate spell or one good hit from a +3 magical weapon is sufficient to destroy an orb.
All right. We have the means to destroy it.
That's true. And I think at this point, from the helmet comes out a spined devil. And he goes, "What the bloody hell are you doing?"
Oi, I'm a leprechaun.
Oi.
Just chilling. Just so we're clear, Spine Devil is like the 4th lowest ranked devil.
Yeah.
So, ecstasy, wouldn't that be something for you to handle?
Hi. We're looking,
Looking
We're
at my
looking-
goddamn sword. What you're looking at?
Wait, what did he say? I'm sorry.
Said, looking at my goddamn sword. That's what you're looking at.
This is your sword?
Absolutely.
How'd you come upon it?
Oh, it's been mine for millennia.
That doesn't answer the
You see,
question.
I am Aldrich.
That doesn't make any sense. You're not dead.
Really?
We're talking, aren't we?
Well, death is maybe not in the literal sense, but all of my power's gone, all my friends are gone. I'm bringing up bad memories.
Must be hard.
Speaking of dead friends and bad memories, any idea how to get into the crypt of the Hellriders?
Absolutely not. No.
I didn't
Ugh.
think so.
Then what are we doing here, Mr. Spine Devil?
Why don't we just move them out already?
It's curious to see two Dragonborn here. You know, they often don't venture far from Tiamat's territory up north.
Ecstasy gives a little chuckle.
Well, we aren't aligned with the cult of Tiamat.
We flew south for the winter.
Bird joke.
It's here because if you were aligned with the cult of Tiamat, I would have to kill you right here on the spot.
Oh, don't worry. No.
Well, good news. What's your beef with them?
Also, I'd like to see you try.
Also true.
Says you better all sit down. This is a long story.
Story time.
Okay. I guess.
How long is long? I'm on a time frame.
It's gonna take 7 days.
Yeah. 7 days. Says, all right. Well, here we go. I'll just it's long enough that instead of answering your question, I should just get right down to it. Long ago, I quested into the Nine Hells to slay Tiamat and win glory for my own god. But she kicked my ass. And Tiamat cursed me by transforming me into a spine devil. Kind of does like a 360.
I can see that.
Why didn't she just do the lowest rank? Like, why did she give?
Now I want to kill Tiamat.
What were you before?
Human.
A Titan.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong person.
Hmm.
Let me Do I have? This is what an Empyrean looks like.
Oh, wow.
What a face.
Can you wait? I'm hearing.
So that's what he looked like before.
Yeah. And that's it. That's my tale.
Wow, that was a long story. Well, is there anything useful you can tell us about Tiamat? Or her cult or lair?
I mean, define useful.
Well, right now we're kind of grasping at straws. We don't really have a clear direction to go, and we're really trying to get our way into the Crypt of the Hellriders, or at least find the way to the Bleeding Citadel.
I'm sorry, what? I was thinking about my bloody revenge on Tiamat.
Yeah, it seems like that's been going great. Listen, we're
Is this how you are all the time? Because I think I know why you don't have friends.
Listen, we can get into that later. We're trying to find our way into the Crypt of the Hellriders. But that is because that's our only lead to find the Spirit of Yale, who might be one of our best options to find the Bleeding Citadel. So anything having to do with any of that really is useful. But, it seems like your area of knowledge is pretty focused on Tiamat.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm still caught up with the no friends comment. I have a lot of friends.
I knew
You
you
said you didn't have any.
Yeah.
Or on a different plane. They go to a different school, okay?
Listen, I hate Tiamat just as much as you do.
Oh, that is where you are wrong.
How long do Empyreans live?
I'm pretty sure they're immortal.
Yeah, I don't think you hate. I don't think anyone can hate with the power of an immortal being.
Well, Tiamat basically ruined my whole life, so I hate her more than
Well,
anybody else.
But think about the whole life of an immortal being.
I hate her more than whoever the hell that was that ran me over.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like.
You're still very low stakes.
Fine. I'm
why do I even bother with these mortals?
Because you're a spine devil. You can't do anything. If you were smart, you would at least try and trick me into going into Tiamat's lair.
True form by spilling the blood of Tiamat on the ground of Avernus.
Yeah, well, doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Maybe you could settle for a smaller revenge for the time being.
I'm just gonna go back inside.
Wait,
Don't
can I
fucking
ask
touch
him a
my orb.
question? I want to ask him a question. I want to be his friend.
I was gonna say, wait, we have the bag.
I want to ask if he's seen any dragon masks.
Oh, I've seen them many years ago. When I challenged Tiamat to a duel, and before she turned me into this, she was surrounded by people in those goddamn masks.
How many masks were there?
Let's make a check for him.
Oh, shit. There should only be 5%.
Okay. There are 5.
So I thought-
Well, good luck with your fucking quest.
Good luck being a spine devil. Jerk.
It's the first creature I want to be nice to in this whole fucking campaign, and no one else likes him.
He's annoying.
He seems useful to me.
How?
To me. It doesn't mean to any of you. If
Oh.
anything, actually, Greg, you should be interested in it. especially if he's guarding an orb of a dragon.
I don't want that orb of Dragon Con.
No, you should want to destroy it.
Well, let's
mean-
destroy it.
None
You
of us
just have to
have.
pop it.
No, it said with a +3 magical weapon.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
can
plus
pop
two
it.
magical weapon.
Oh yeah.
I have a +2 magical weapon.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Go destroy it then.
Okay. I'm gonna assume shooting with an arrow is not whatever it called a clean hit, a good strong hit. So I'll fly ecstasy up there.
I'll just like line up the blade. Huh?
As he's like going away, and you guys fly that. He immediately comes out. No, please.
Oh, and a new game starts, Mr. Adrian. And a new game starts.
Destroying my orb.
Wait, what was that?
What do you possibly gain from destroying this orb?
I don't know. She told me to do it, and I point at Marin.
She's a dragonborn. She knows about stuff.
No, you goddamn mortals! You always think in the short term. No, we need to lever. I need to leverage this gem to get this vial of blood.
How is that working out for you so far?
Well, I haven't gotten anybody to be willing to go over and try and get the blood for me. But once I do,
How are you gonna do that? What's your plan?
well,
Sit
I
under
believe
a
Tiamat
helmet.
has a follower, this sort of assistant or whatever that named Archon the Cruel. And I believe he carries a vial of her blood. I just need to get my hands on it. Then, in my true form, I could challenge her again and escape from here.
And what makes you think you're gonna succeed?
I'll have to be more tactical, more smart.
I
Why
don't
do you
think
need the
that's
orb
what's
to
gonna
get
happen.
to Archon?
His ideas are either to try to trade it, or use its spells for his favor, or yeah. I mean, Archon is also a dragonborn, so it would
Who
have
was
some
wielding the
effect.
hand of Vecna?
It was wielding the hand of Vecna, yeah. He just can't approach himself, considering he's a spine devil.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was considering trading it.
So you're just gonna sit underneath of a helmet for 5,000 years and wait for Archon to show up.
I hate this one. I fucking hate him so much. No, I was planning to make a deal. Who cares? 500 years is meaningless to me. Why can't you get this through your thick skull?
Just seems like you're not making any progress.
Oh, I'm making plenty of progress.
Like, from my perspective, you might as well have gotten transformed yesterday, and you'd be in the same situation with the same attitude, sitting under the same helmet that's too big for your spine devil head.
So what? You're just gonna what does destroying the orb get you?
Doesn't get us anything. It just gets rid of the possibility of a dragon. We hate dragons.
We are dragons.
We're dragonborns. Dragons enslaved dragonborn.
That's
why dragonborn hate dragons. Because they enslaved our people for like 1,000 years or something.
I've heard enough. Ecstasy, smash.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Roll to hit.
This is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be so bad.
Yeah, you destroy it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on.
All right. Well, that's one route of getting leverage over Bell gone. Bell's in league with Tiamat.
Oh.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's also not gone. We just can't use that thing to get the blood, which honestly doesn't seem like that helpful anyway, right? Because the what's his name, Archon, wants to set Tiamat free. So why would he bring back one of her greatest opponents?
I think the hope would be that Archon doesn't know about the.
Yeah. Well, what if we bring him? What if we take some of the shards from this destroyed orb and we like take it to him? Like, there's more where that came from.
Yeah, no, I destroys its magical properties.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well,
Aldrich is
I think
devastated. By the way, he just lies down like face first in the ash underneath the helmet.
I kicked some of the ash out of fuck this guy.
He doesn't even respond.
Yeah, that's what I thought. How's your 1,000-year plan going now? This feels bad now.
literally kicking him while he's down.
Your plan, but you're also rooting your 10-day plan.
Yeah.
I was just saying, at this point, why don't we just leave? Go do something else.
oh,
Yeah, this didn't go so great. To be fair, this guy is like the worst.
Where are we going next?
this has been the most interesting.
What will we destroy next?
I feel like I'm just like. Oh yeah.
Like, there's
well,
just this delicate ecosystem in hell that we don't know enough about. We're just too strong in making big things happen.
It's not even that it's that delicate. You guys are just mean to people.
I was only mean to specifically that guy.
Where to next? Or are you calling it for the evening? I mean, the evening is in this day in Avernus, not
I know what you mean.
Time
Yeah.
to start something else. Maybe finish something else. Who knows at this point?
Why haven't we gone to Bell yet?
He's far and scary.
Yeah. Bella's an archdevil, one of the most powerful entities on this plane.
Good.
But you can if you want to. I don't think you could get to him today. But you could start traveling and then continue in the morning.
So we have as our options left. We have Bell, and then
Mephistopheles.
yeah.
Realistically, we can. If we're going to Bell, our actual option is to go to Archon's tower and get the blood from Archon. By one means or another.
Where is that?
By the Monument of Tiamat.
Mm.
Top left. All of these things are on the other side of the sticks.
Yeah, it's true.
So we'd have to find a way back across.
What would be your game plan if you got the blood?
We go to Bell and be like, hey, we've got this thing. And
Yeah, and
it implies trouble for your friend. We'll give it to you, though it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, if you tell us where the Bleeding Citadel is.
an interesting strategy.
That's just off the top of my head, but that seems to be our only option with Bell right now. At least with the prior knowledge that we have.
Okay. Well, let's make a decision now. Where are we going?
I mean, I guess that's fine. I just have absolutely nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Like, our only lead is blocked off by something we don't understand. And I don't know where to go to get info on that except Bell, so.
Let's go to Archon Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
But first, let's get over the sticks.
We may just have to leave the Demon Grinder behind. But I think I can fly each of us over one at a time. But I
it would
can't
take
leave Ecstasy. I can't leave Ecstasy and Marin in the same one, and I can't have Marin and Udo in the same one. It's like the fox and the chicken thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Wait,
Okay, well,
Or
first of all, roll
Or
2d4.
we could go back to the other plan, get 2 of us in there with Misty Step.
oh, you're saying with the bag?
Don't risk everybody.
If there was a way to guarantee a DC 15 strength check, that would be cool. But I don't think it's worth the risk there. Because also, then you'd have 2 of us inside, and that's it. That's what you know.
I was thinking the Stygian dock might be some kind of fairy.
Oh, that's right. We didn't hear about that.
So maybe we could try going there and seeing if they'll take us over.
That is something. Where's that in comparison?
It's to the right of the Tower of Erm. It's north of where we are now.
Gotcha. The thing with that is, I guess, is there another? So, there's not another dock that we see.
Mm-mm.
Just because okay, so like if we went to there, you'd think the 2 options would be either it would take us through the river Styx all the way there, or just across and we'd have to drive all the way there.
I imagine it'd be the second one.
So like if you like think about like it's the difference between like bow and like bow, 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 da, da, da.
I mean, we could just go to Bell's Forge without leverage.
I mean, if we can try to get it, we might as well try.
I just
Yeah.
what are we gonna if we have no like what are we gonna do? Like
Well, so Bell doesn't like Zariel anyway, right? So this plays into his hands.
yeah.
He wants to find the sword. He wants somebody to get the sword.
We could try it. I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, kind of metagamey.
I just feel like
Just like Sean said, like, we're maybe a little bit ahead of where we're supposed to be, which to me means we skipped something important. And Bell's Forge seems to be a really important landmark, considering
but if
how.
it's really important, why wouldn't we try to get there with the most preparedness possible instead of going to something incredibly important entirely with nothing?
Because it takes more time.
But
If you're okay with sacrificing,
I just mean if we go there and they're like I just feel like we keep putting ourselves into situations without anything and it has continuously fucked us and we haven't changed the pattern. Like instead of like being like, all right, let's try. We just go into the next situation again, and then it doesn't go right, and then we're in the next situation, it doesn't go right, and we've done that like 7 times.
I mean, we're kind of set up to fail. Like, we're just dropped into hell without any real knowledge. Like, we kind of just have to fail to figure out what's going on.
So let's go over what you know. You know that. Okay, so one, Bell knows where the Bleeding Citadel is.
Yeah.
You know. I'm just going to use the Bell example because Bell's just one pathway, but I think that's the one that you have the most knowledge about. You know that Bell is currently working on an alliance with Tiamat against Zariel. You know, then theoretically, now that there is a former Empyrean that is looking to be reinstated to that status, that then actively wants to,
Kill us.
well, now kill you, but also Tiamat. Right.
He definitely hates T-Map more. So there's
I
that.
would say he hates Tiamat more.
If we had some method of. What did he need to?
He needs
He needs to spill blood of Tiamat.
Yeah, he needs to spill the blood of Tiamat. So he's basically looking for a way to kind of cheat that, because like the obvious thing would be like to kill. That is supposed to mean to kill Tiamat, but like he's looking for a way to cheat that, and he believes that Archon has a vial of Tiamat's blood, that he uses for purposes that you all don't know, but there are purposes. So if he could get his hands on that somehow. You also know that there is a night hag in the Bone Brambles that has some information that you have no idea what yet.
I kind of feel like she's going to tell us to go to Bell.
Maybe.
Because specifically when we talked to Maggie, Maggie was like,
she did tell you
my
that
sister
would have information about Bell, yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you, actually, just because we're kind of lost, adventure-wise, she points you to Aldrich. But she knows other things as well. But like in the adventure, she would point you to Aldrich, who then is like, okay, now you do stuff with Tiamat, use the Tiamat stuff to try to get leverage on Bell. Bell tells you where the thing is. You're in business.
I don't really get how he was supposed to do that. Because really all he did was yell about his own plan and not try to give us any direction at all.
That's true.
I guess it would probably have just been a finding overlap.
I mean, I was trying. I was like, listen, I hate Tiamat. Like, we're both kind of working towards a similar goal. And then he was just like, no, I just have to find this blood. And then my plan will come together.
What would you have had the plan be then? Like, how would you use...
See, but that's the thing. Is it really on me there? Like, clearly he knows more than I do. He's lived there for, like, thousands of years. Like, if he doesn't give us anything, I don't see how we gain anything from that
1,000 years
interaction.
means nothing to him.
Yeah, I know, but, like, still, like, I just don't see what we're gaining from
I
that.
think the reason it's on us is because we have so little options. Like that is like part of it too. Like we have tried to put the it on the other person, and every single time they just laugh in our face and they're like, "We don't need anything from you, mortal losers." Like,
Yeah,
I think we're trying to play with way more chips than we have.
Yeah, but then what's the alternative?
Finding a conservative route. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we do have that lead to one chip.
Like we're just going more and more into debt. We have erased option after option after option. And it's just what now 2 more of these, and we have none.
We erased one option, but like,
I mean,
over time we've erased much more than one option.
Biggest fan either.
What'd you say?
The Night Hag is not the biggest fan either, but she would. I'm sure. I mean, she is interested in making deals. So if you came back to her, she would be an option. But you definitely didn't help your chances there.
Well, no, but it just didn't seem like it was really worth it. I mean, it seemed that was more intentional on our part to just be like, fuck this.
I'm with you. The question is still, where do you want to go?
Archon's Tower.
Okay, so how are you getting there then?
I think we have to leave the Demon Grinder. We can maybe try to hide it near the bank or somewhere and come back to it, but I think we gotta ditch it.
We can hide it in the Orthon's place. What do you say, Sean?
You do know a cave nearby.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the move. I think we have to risk it. The grinder. Other people have driven around.
I mean, if you're willing to do that, you're the one who has the most at stake. So
Okay. So you guys can get to the cave, no problem, if that's where you want to try to hide the demon grinder.
Yeah.
Then what is the plan for crossing the river?
Does it seem like Beggar would be able to fly us the distance?
I mean, it would take a while, but
How
yeah.
long is a while?
Probably total like an hour and a half.
That's fine.
Yeah.
what is this thing, by the way?
That is. You don't know what that is.
To me, it looks
I
like
mean, we drove
huge-
past it. Can we say what it looks like?
It literally is like a giant sheet of like black metal.
It
Okay.
looks kind of like a ramp to me.
If anything, if it was a ramp, it would be going the other way though.
Maybe. All right, let's do the flying plan though.
Because the shadow is like on our side.
But it would be either way, depending on the light source. Or it could be either way, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Because it looks like it's angling towards the river.
Oh, that's interesting. I see it as like here's the bot. Here, let me put on what I'll use like the draw tool, freehand, whatever.
I can definitely see both ways.
Like I see like there's the curve like this, right?
Uh-huh.
And then like I see it like going like that. So then the ramp would be coming whoop like that way.
Gotcha.
That's
I
how
definitely saw it the other way.
you see it. If you,
I wouldn't try and ramp off of it though.
No, I was
No,
mostly
it would not
joking
work. It would
anyway.
not work at all. It's much too steep.
Yeah. I mean, I was mostly
Well, what
kidding.
if we build a mechanism that climbs chains?
We still should have done that. That would have been cool.
It is gonna take us over a day to get there though, for sure though. So that's what? That's 4, 3, 4, 4.
I thought the last thing we said was the second. That was the second long rest. Oh, and then we had the third one at
at Mordenkainen.
Mordenkainen. So this is the
So
fourth
this
one.
is day 4. Night rest number 4. I'm counting it by rest because that's
Yeah,
the easiest way for me to count it.
that's good because that means I can do this again.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to prepare different spells, if not, I will give you some information about Archon Centaur. Actually, I think I'm going to do it anyway while you prepare spells. So, that's cool fucking art of Archon, but we're not there yet. Okay, so a dark tower looms on the horizon, its black spire rising hundreds of feet, ramparts bristling with charred skulls mounted on iron spikes. The tower's apex splits into 5 narrower spires that jab at the sky like clawed fingers. Circling above the tower's peak is a great white dragon stained with ash and soot. As you get closer to the tower, you notice figures shuffling atop its ramparts, undead guards in various states of decay.
I've got a bone to pick with that description.
Okay,
I said there were 5 things pointing at the sky. There are clearly 6.
that's tough. Just another inaccuracy of the map. This cartographer, not in real life, the one in the game, theoretically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, Where is this guy? Ghouls. So a um yeah there's a handout. So this fucking guy will approach. He's flanked by a number of skeletons and ghouls and various undead. Show to players.
Mhm. Makes the player
How
like
may I
hungry.
help you?
Do you know where Archon is? We would like an audience.
What makes you? Yeah, this is just Dark Souls now. Everybody laughs at you. Okay, and for what purpose?
Good question. We have something that he wants.
Sure, I'll roll insight for him. Why not, right?
You could flash.
He he just stares at you like he does the like if you just sit there, then the other person is forced to continue talking.
What would be a good reason to let us see Archon? um,
This is thinking of things to try to offer the beings of hell.
I mean, realistically, we're after the same thing he is, right? We're looking for a way to bring down Zariel,
Mm-hmm.
which is what they want. I don't know if Archon specifically wants that, but I would assume so, given that he
Works for
works for Tiamat. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption.
Say, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Zariel. You're not getting it for free.
Well, all right then. How about a show of good faith?
What do you suggest?
And he pulls out 2 soul coins.
I pull out 3 soul coins. Oh, wait, no, we only have 3.
You probably at this point with the amount of travel only have 2.
Yeah. What do you want with those 2 soul coins?
When you say information,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean? Do you mean blackmail material? Because unfortunately that doesn't help us very much.
No, don't be ridiculous.
Do you mean some sort of brilliant hidden weakness? That we
Yeah, let's go with that.
shirt under our foot.
Wait, what was that last name?
Nothing important. I just couldn't speak.
Because what we're really offering, they have the information that we need. What we're offering is we're willing to go act on their information once they give it to us.
Well, that is not what you just said.
I know. But I'm thinking about just changing my tune when I get to to go talk to what's his name.
To Archon.
Yeah.
mean,
So, I mean, it's more or
location
less
of a
like a
certain
weakness.
immortal. Just trying to fuck this dude.
Oh yeah, no. What if we do? What if we go? We could go for that. Whatever.
Go ahead. Say what you're saying.
That angle would potentially work if we say. I'm sure you've heard of. Greg crossed out his name.
I did.
Urdoc.
I did Aldrich. Oh.
Aldrich.
Like,
I'm sure you've heard of Aldrich.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure if you know that he has a plan to come back stronger than ever and take down your boss, Tiamat.
I'm sure he does.
I wouldn't laugh it off so much if I were you.
it's a pretty good plan.
It's a really good plan.
Based on the laws of statistics, it is bound to work eventually.
It's guaranteed to work, if anything.
Archon is not here right now. He's on a mission for Tiamat herself. But if you would like, we can certainly come back to my living quarters and discuss a deal. I promise you, Archon has given me full authority to act in his absence.
This has become more awkward.
Just take his prisoner.
Wait, what was that?
Does he seem like the type that would just lock us up in something then? Until Archon gets back.
I mean,
He
look at
could.
the artwork.
That's what I think would happen.
Well, do we have a deal?
I'm just thinking logistically. He doesn't have what we need. This guy here.
That's true. He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no point in really making a deal.
Golly.
I mean, we'd much rather. I know you have full bargaining power, and no disrespect to you, but
Okay, let's cut to the chase. What is it that you what do you want? I can't give you what you want if I don't know.
Yeah, well, you can't give us what we want either way. We're looking for that vial of Tiamat's blood that Archon always has.
Interesting.
We don't even need all of it. We just need some.
Give me 1 second. Let me look up what. Just so that I don't mess anything up. Okay. Okay. Actually, he can maybe cut you a deal. Well, sort of.
I lost audio.
Says my boss Archon has access to a certain artifact, and to sustain this, he needs the life force of a good and pure creature. It's actually quite difficult to find down here on Avernus. If you can provide that, you could have the vial of blood.
A pure creature?
So we could trade Lulu.
So like Lulu.
Wait, can you repeat that, Sean?
In the game sense, a creature that has an alignment of good.
Got you.
So Lulu.
So Lulu, yeah.
What do we think Uldrak's alignment is?
Yeah, are those are the
Make a religion check.
Cautious genius. 16.
Okay, let's see what we got here. They are pretty often chaotic good.
Okay.
Remember, if you kill him, though, the vial of blood is somewhat pointless.
Yeah, but they don't have to know that. He just looks like a spine devil.
Yeah, but if you give over this Uldric and they kill Uldric for it, then the blood of Tiamat doesn't do anything.
But Bell doesn't know that it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's what we should do. I'm just saying.
I would say
But
you're
throw my
slightly
headphones across the
underestimating
room.
Bell there. Bell's ability to get information.
Mm-hmm.
He is an archdevil. But you could try it.
Oh, I actually want to try it. I'm just thinking what other options we have.
So you have Lulu, or you could try to find another good creature, essentially. Or you could Udo, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say everyone at the same time looks at Udo.
I'm not even good alignment. I'm neutral because of that call I made.
Yeah.
Hey Lulu, do you have any friends nearby?
All our friends are dead.
All my friends are down in
Push
that
me to
crypt.
the edge.
So dead.
This adventure is now slowly folding into itself. Like,
Who would have thought a locked door could derail us to this extent? I mean, do we need the vial of blood to go talk to Bell? It does give
No.
us leverage,
yeah.
but like,
What do we do when we go talk to Bell and we have the same exact conversation we had here, where we have nothing to offer, but at much
mean,
higher stakes?
I mean,
What if
Our-
instead of going from location to location, tried to create something that would be useful to offer?
everybody has a different agenda, so we still need a direction.
Yeah.
Like, even if we create something that is like undeniably valuable, it's not going to necessarily be valuable to any certain person.
That's true.
I mean, it's just tough. Like, we're going in blind, and there's a lot of stakes that we're not 100% aware of. I mean, this is like a complex ecosystem. I mean, didn't you say like our intentions align with Bell to some extent, considering we want to take down Zeriel at
That
the
is
end of all
true.
this?
Yeah. The risk is that essentially Bell would make a deal that would put Bell in power, and that would be quite bad.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what else we can really do. We could just give over Lulu. That kind of makes us the worst people.
That's true. You could.
Well, I mean, didn't we almost get rid of her before?
Yeah, but we seemed like she had friends there at least.
Yeah, it was. Very clearly wasn't that she would die.
Yeah.
This is kill Lulu.
I mean, think about Lulu is one of the only bargaining chips we even have.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our alliance with Mordenkainen, and at this rate, we've already spent a day resting and traveling. He's going to be back tomorrow. I'm fairly certain that he could get us into that crypt. and that way we wouldn't have to involve Bell or Arcan. What I am worried about is that we get into the crypt, either don't find Yale, or we find Yale, and Yale's like, "Oh, I vaguely know where the Citadel is, but you're gonna need to get to Bell to get to the Citadel."
I will say straight up say that would not be the case. That is not what happens. I don't want you to. That would really suck.
Yeah.
That would be actually then at a certain like if that was the case, I think you would just be like the adventure would just be dead once you destroyed the Orb of Dragonkind, which would suck.
Yeah.
There are also a million other locations on here that you haven't visited. You haven't visited the Demon Zapper, you haven't visited the pit, you haven't visited the Sundered
The
Chamber,
obelisk even. But we know vaguely the obelisk
Dock,
is.
the wrecked Flying Fortress, the Watchtower.
Yeah, but last time we just blindly walked to a random place. It didn't go so great.
I mean, you are in hell. None of them are going to go great.
No, we did just erase an option.
Do we want to it's 10:16. Why don't we break here? Let's actually over the week come up with a game plan that you guys like. And then we'll go from there next week because I think everybody's just frustrated now.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel no direction, and it just feels bad to try to like.
The point of, remember the
Shoot
point
aimlessly.
remember the adventure wants to force you to make sacrifices and make difficult decisions. So like something's gonna have to break at some point, I will say.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna have to be Lulu.
I guess my thing with the sacrifices is it feels like we're just like sacrificing and not getting anything.
We've just been digging ourselves into a hole, and we can't even get out of that original hole.
The other thing is, if we like gave up Lulu for this or for any other reason, right? Is Udo even worthy of holding the sword anymore?
No way.
No, but there are other options of things you can do with the sword.
Yeah.
You could get the sword and offer it to Zariel.
Isn't that like straight up not what we want?
In exchange for her like bringing Elturel back. You could align yourselves with Zariel and go full evil. You can do whatever you want.
Mm.
I just want to open a door. That's all I want.
And make a you're like a paladin, right?
Yeah.
Make a
Maybe.
make a history check, Greg.
Who doesn't actually know anything? But okay. History at -3.
Yeah, that's
Can I still use Flash of Genius?
Good.
It doesn't matter.
It's a -1. I have less than nothing.
Presumably I think we've all figured out that there's some sort of password, right?
I
Or-
didn't think there was a password.
I didn't.
Well,
When you said that there wasn't a puzzle, I assumed that meant no password.
Yeah, I thought that was a puzzle.
Yeah, I thought we just lacked like an item we needed.
It is. I mean, the
I
password.
thought a puzzle was just anything that you had to solve.
I mean, I guess it's a puzzle in the sense that you have to go get the solution somewhere else. But
Yeah.
like I just meant it wasn't a puzzle that you could sit there and like.
Yeah, like
That we
Like-
with the information we had, we couldn't.
we can't figure out the password. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just blindly guess it.
I run back over and I say password.
No.
I say password
Think
with
about
one
based
S.
on what you guys know. Well, I mean, I guess you guys are thinking also that you could just get in using Mordenkainen.
That's what I'm thinking, but also we would probably at least want something to do during that day. Because, like you said, it would be good for us to have something of value. So at least wander around to a place we haven't been before, see if there's some sort of value we can create there in our day off while we wait for Mordenkainen. So we have bargaining chips later when it comes to it.
What was that?
What about the watchtowers?
Watchtowers.
Like the Styx watchtowers. I feel like even if we don't find something like exactly there, I feel like that would give us a bit more of an accurate lay of the land. Like it would be a better vantage
Absolutely.
point in this.
My concern isn't that like exactly where the demons are coming out? Isn't that where like the blood war
True.
is going on or whatever?
Oh,
Yeah, that was why
It
we
seems scary.
initially didn't go there. But maybe that's what we were supposed to engage with initially.
I'm trying not to think about it like that. Because
Yeah,
I think that's a road into just.
I have also purposefully like removed some of that like railroadiness.
Yeah, I think with a game as fluid as
And
D&D,
pull back on itself a little bit. Otherwise, this would happen a million times where you guys would be like one step ahead, like, oh, you got to go back to this guy and get this thing, and then like it's fucking stupid. Option. Okay, so we have 10 more minutes. So for 10 minutes, let's just brainstorm a little bit, and then if we'll come back to it with a plan, with the goal of having a plan starting for next week. So okay, so you need a good aligned creature to sacrifice to Archon. So you have Lulu. Presumably there are other ones on this plane. So if you could come up with some way to get that information, you could maybe hunt one down.
are we at Archon's tower right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're all the way up here.
Why don't we? What about the obelisk? We didn't go there yet.
You already know a little bit about. You know that there's a wizard there.
Yeah.
do we know anything about that wizard?
You only know that Arcanoloth that you guys killed was trying to get some sort of information out of him.
So I mean, if we went there to talk to him and I don't know, bring up like, hey, we killed someone that was coming that wanted to get something out of you.
I wonder if that person has beef with Mordekainen.
Bordenkainen probably has a lot of beefs.
That's also true.
I'm sure, but I guess I'm just trying to think of reasoning for getting to the wizard and what we might be able to get out of the wizard.
I just feel like the way things have gone, if we we're like, hey, we killed this Arcanoloth, that was helpful to you. Could you help us? You'd be like, ha ha ha, why would I help you now?
That wouldn't be how I would want to go about it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like.
I mean, we did just get a bunch of spell scrolls. We don't know how powerful this wizard is. I don't think he'd probably be too happy with whatever spell scrolls we got because they're all level 5 or lower.
Yeah.
Do we have any fancy magic items besides that? I have
fancy magic items.
How fancy?
yeah, lots of fancy magic items. But 2 of them are bows.
How fancy is the wand?
Oh yeah,
The wand.
I have the wand of magic missiles.
Pretty decent.
It's possible we should have taken the orb.
This wizard is stuck there somehow.
Oh yeah, we for sure should have taken the orb, but like I didn't know that, and I really feel like Marin would not have thought about that.
Yeah, no. From the information we had, destroying the orb seemed.
I mean, yeah, it
Pretty
seems like a good call at the time. I think we were all on board with it.
I really think at this point we should go to something that's nearby, whether it's the obelisk or the monument to Tiamat. The pit of whatever that is seems a little too scary. Shimra.
I think the Monument of Tiamat seems scary. It seems like that's going to be where just all the Tiamat cultists are. And
also, isn't Archon out doing something for Tiamat?
Yep.
Yeah.
So presumably he would maybe go back to that.
I mean, I think he'd go back to his tower. I think probably Tiamat said, hey, go do something. And then he'll come back to his base, not to the Tiamat.
Yeah. Regardless, they're within visual distance of each other, right? It's not
Yeah.
So the cave is like in this area. Wait.
It's right around
It's
here.
like this mountain, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe if we have to go across there to get back to our vehicle, maybe it's worth checking out the wizard.
He could also possibly get us across, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, the wizard's on the other side.
Oh, I meant to the door.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
I'm pretty stuck on Bell, to be honest.
I
What
just
about him?
I mean, just the fact that like it seems very risky to go and talk to him, but at the same time, like if we go in with a game plan, it seems like our best source of information or direction.
but what's the game plan?
Yeah.
We don't have
Exactly.
anything to make a game plan with. Is the problem?
Like if you can make a game plan and tell and give us a reasonable method of approaching this, I'd be down. But just
What if, because is it kind of at least a little decided that we were going to wait for Mordenkainen to try the door?
we just
I
kind of
think
have
that's-
that as like a
That's a fallback plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if because we're near, I think we should just timing wise go somewhere somewhere we're near already. See if we can find something, and then wait until we can get inside, get through the door, because I feel like getting through the door might at least get us something with to help deal with Bell.
Well, ideally, getting through the door means that we don't have to deal with Bell at all, right? Because
Just
our
we
end
get
goal
Yale.
is to get to the sword and the tapestry, which Yale will theoretically know where it is. The reason we need to deal with Bell is because he also knows where it is.
Right. Yeah. No. If we can get through there, then there's no real reason to talk to Bell. Well, at least off what we're assuming.
I'm sure we'll interact with the Bell eventually, no matter what,
Yeah.
considering his position of power in this plane.
I mean, I guess in the interest of time, the obelisk is probably the best idea then.
I like wizards too.
Yeah. I mean, Mordenkainen has been infinitely helpful, so
it just seems like it's like we're not dealing with some immortal, all-powerful being. So I guess my thought on it is we have some weight to throw around that isn't bullshit.
Also, when
We're pretty we're strong. When we're talking to some if we're talking to Archon or Bell or all these people, we have no ground to stand on. We just get slaughtered. But at least if we have the ability to fight, we don't just have to be we have nothing.
And from what we know, Mordenkainen had trouble getting onto actual hell, and he had to stay in his tower, which means that presumably the guy in the obelisk is also in some sort of trouble. Also, given that the Arcanal is after him, right? So he's dealing with threats that we know we can handle.
Yeah, I think the wizard is the person we have the most kind of leverage with, at least that we currently are aware of.
And it's pretty close. So I feel like if it doesn't lead anywhere and we're back to square one, then the time it would take us to get back to the Tower Arm would probably be enough that Mordenkainen would be there.
Okay, so that'll be our game plan. So first stop next week is the obelisk,
Yeah.
and then based on what happens there, either something
Tower of Arm or Crypt.
back to Tower of Erm to
Yeah.
get into the Crypt of Hellriders.
That is the plan.
And we just took long rest number 4, so almost halfway there.
Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, and if you think that'll trust, remix. I got all you.
I wasn't ready.
Whew.
All right. Well, I guess next week we'll be checking out the obelisk or falling
What a
to
jam-packed sesh.
Yeah. What a nightmare. Yeah, but it seems like hopefully next session we'll get into the crypt and then we'll figure out some stuff about the Bleeding Citadel. All hopefully. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you all for playing. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.